Hello everyone, this is Louis7, and today my cat took over the stream to start, but what I am going to be doing is using a lot of the Valor boosts that came in the Lord of the Rings Online's 15th anniversary that we got as free gifts. And the cat's totally distracted me, but I figured that was a great moment to start the stream. But I need to log into my Warden, I believe, to get to the Valars. And it's going to be a bit of a busy day, as I plan to use all three Valars that we got. Anybody that logs in actually would get a level 50 Valar, a level 105 Valar, and a level 120 Valar. So with that, I'm also hoping this stream might be helpful to people that got the Valars but maybe don't quite know what to do with them or where to get your character started when you use the Valars and all that sort of stuff. So I am totally unprepared for this stream, I realize, and it is not quite late, but it's fairly late. So I need to actually find the Valars on, it looks like, oh, I still need to send the level 50 Valar. So you might have seen that I created a new Minstrel. I wanted to name him Lou, to be Groovy Lou, which somewhat rhymes with Scooby-Doo, so that's pretty neat. But then Lou was not available, so I had to name him Gru, which is also short for Groovy. Could be Groovy Louie. But anyway, that is the story of my Minstrel. I have such trouble naming my character, so that is a little background on the Minstrel. And just to get to everybody in the chat as we switch characters here, hello to the Zocker, who it's like 2 a.m. for, maybe even 3 a.m. for the Zocker, and then Mileka it's 2 a.m. for in the UK. 10 p.m. in Brazil is at least a bit more reasonable. For me, at least. And then 9:04 in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, Eastern time would be 9 p.m. For me, it's 8 p.m. in Central time. And it looks like the cat's already left to join us up here. And hello, Atari DC. So, Mileka, you accidentally opened the Valar box on a level 12 Minstrel. You nearly had a heart attack. Yeah, it's a good thing it doesn't, like, automatically level you up. You have to actually use the item to level you up, and that is what we're going to go through today. But it's going to take us a minute to get to the Valars, to be honest, because I need to get my Guardian to level 85. I don't need to, but I want to get my Guardian to level 85, and there are a couple complications with getting my Guardian to 85. One is I can't actually do quests here in wherever this location is. I was planning to actually quest in Wildermore on my Guardian, but there are some things that I have not looked into. There's just some reason, that I have not looked into that I can't. The reason is, don't know the reason, but I can't do the quests in Wildermore. Maybe they are very weird quests and you actually have to be level 85, or maybe you have to go through the book quest or pick up some breadcrumb quest somewhere that I totally missed. Again, I haven't looked at all into it, but I just know this character can't do the quests, whereas some of my other characters that I naturally leveled through the area and were level 85 at the time were able to pick up the quests. Maybe I should just double check that. Yeah, all my WIL quests are Wildwood, not Wildermore. So what I am going to do is probably some missions. And I think I have some XP boosts I can use. I don't really need double XP, but I think it will just help us go faster. And I have a whole ton of them that I don't mind just getting rid of. But if y'all can even hear me with the cat. But I need to clean out this character's inventory, perhaps, obviously. I have a lot of cosmetic stuff going on here. So we will do that. I will try to find my way to Bree. Do I have the Lalia's Market port? Okay, I do not. I'm acting like I'm playing my Warden. I have all my ports on their own skill bar. Looks like I could go to Karis, Gladden, or Stangard. We'll go to Stangard. Yes, the cat is cute, but right in the way. The cats decided to just wake up from their nap like 10-15 minutes before I started the stream, so of course it's time to get all their attention. Yeah, LOTRO is going crazy right now. You'll have probably seen I think I even talked about this in my last stream, but Evernight and maybe even some other servers, Evernight's the only one I've specifically heard, have been getting queues, which is really crazy. And I can say from my perspective on YouTube, LOTRO is about, I would say about 3 to 5 times as popular on YouTube as it was even just a few weeks ago. Based solely on the amount of views some of my more consistent, like long-term videos get, namely my class guide. I feel like my class guide that I made last year is a decent estimator of how popular LOTRO is. Because whenever there's an uptick in just general LOTRO popularity, whether it's a big update or giant update in 15th anniversary like we recently have, that one always has an uptick in views. Southbury, that is where we're going. Also, as I prepare my Guardian to get level 85, this is one of the characters, this is the one I'm doing the level 105 boost on. I mentioned my Minstrel would be my level 50 boost, and I think I put this in the description, but my Beorning is the one that I'm going to do on my level 120 boost. And in the middle of reading that, George Bass, you said, or George Bass, you said 1100 on Arkenstone. That is crazy. It's been a long time since I've personally seen Arkenstone up nearly that high. Anor is basically the same as usual, very low population. I actually am curious if any new players have started on Anor. I would not recommend the server for a new player unless you have like friends that already play on the server or some situation like that. But if you're just starting the game without any of those connections, then I love this hammer, but without any of those connections, I would definitely not recommend Anor, even though I play here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, let's send a reply to my warden and send all my junk to my warden, who certainly doesn't need more junk. I'll do that. I'll do that. Not that. Is that enough spaces? Probably not. Oh, you can disenchant those into ancient scripts? That's pretty neat. I have sold so many of those to vendors over time. You could probably have thousands of ancient scripts just from those. Let's see. Oh, all this stuff can temporarily go to my warden. Okay, that cleans up enough inventory spaces for me to at least get the town services, which now last 2 weeks, which is quite crazy. Oh no, we don't want to use that yet. That could have been bad.
How can I be of service?
616 on Gladden, that's not too bad. Bella Gear was up to 967, wow. I thought Bella Gear would be somewhat decently populated, but I didn't know it would be like that much. LOTRO seems to have a decently big German population, or at least population that speaks German. Okay, first thing I want to do is sell all my useless stuff. This is the preparation phase for getting a character ready for the Valar. Any crafting recipes I already know, any gear I don't need to keep. I keep most crafting materials, but I probably shouldn't. Don't care about the map to the party tree, even though I probably should go there. This BOE heavy armor, don't really care about that. I'm going to upgrade all my armor anyway. Okay, so now that I got all the easy stuff to sell settled, we will go to my vault. 748 on Landrefall. That's, as far as I know from when I've been on Landrefall, pretty high population for them. Okay, don't need any of these metalwork recipes. I know I was saving them for a while, but I don't know what's the easiest way. Just click withdraw and then I can sell them all. Or I could try to work to delete them all. There's any character that needs a crafting carry-all, this would probably be one of them that could use one of the new ones I got. The problem is the small carry-alls only take like 10 items. And I have a whole lot of ingots and that sort of stuff. Okay, let's go to the town services and sell. I was not prepared to do this much selling. I should have been, because it's just like the way it is with all my characters. This is not a unique situation for this character. But going into this, was not fully mentally prepared for that. And I think somebody is cheering at me. Can't find the slash key. So Evernight, the one that I have heard queues on 1200 plus at peak. It makes me curious what the actual cap on the server is before it goes to queue. Maybe 1500? Because the number of players it shows is ones that are not anonymous. So there are however many anonymous players that we don't know about. To me, it seems reasonable. 1500 to be would be a fairly reasonable number. And yeah, hopefully people that are new to the game stick around. I think with the overall monetization changes, having content up to level 95, like disregarding all the free gifts and all that crazy stuff, I think that's going to be one thing that helps quite a bit. But I have already seen some comments from people that like that stuff, but are shy away based on things like the user interface being the most common one. What am I trying to do? Because I feel like I keep opening the same thing and not really doing anything. Okay, let's continue clearing out my vault. My plan is to just put even more stuff in my vault. I'm going to put all my cosmetics in my vault. We want this guy, and we want to sell. There we go. That's what I want. And then I want to put all my cosmetics in, let's do chest 10. All right. $9.50 on Brandywine. Just sounds like a lot of numbers compared to what I'm used to hearing from those servers. PvMP, I have not heard that being fairly active. The only server I've heard that even being somewhat active on is Arkenstone, so, and maybe Evernight, I don't know. But it's nice that it is active, it sounds like. Alright, so I need to put all of these cosmetics in chest 10. I have a whole bunch on this character. Like, all this armor is, some of it I actually used as equipment, but it doubled as what I thought were nice cosmetic outfits. I do find the Isengard to Rohan, including West Rohan even, I think, some of the 95 stuff. Westamnet? Probably Westamnet included in that. I find that to have some really great cosmetics. I know I often talk about not liking those regions for the questing experience in them, but I really do enjoy... Ooh, probably want to save that. Not sure I like that cosmetic, but not a bad idea to save it, I don't think. But yeah, I really like some of the cosmetics in those areas, and I like the... crafted armor sets, the looks of them. Okay, so continuing with cosmetics, I have a whole bunch of dyes for some reason. I honestly don't know why this character has those dyes. Maybe I was considering using them, but I have them. Okay, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. I think I am ready to level up. I still have to do that before I use the Valor. There's going to be a little bit of a delay, but it's actually somewhat of a good thing because I can do the anniversary and I can get me some anniversary tokens. I do want those, and doing these quests will get you XP. I don't know how much XP, but I think that will be a fairly good thing for me to go ahead and do. These are also fairly quick. The ones in Bree, and then we have the festival instance. I think both of those, doing that set of things will get me a decent chunk of XP. I can go ahead and start collecting envelopes, I suppose. I'm going to have to come back this way anyway, but I can go ahead and start gathering those. And then what I'm going to do is go up to the north here, and there is another quest to place fireworks, find ideal locations for fireworks, something like that. Something to do with fireworks. Oh, hey, there are two guys with quests. I don't remember that one on my warden. I wonder if this is a... Yeah, I didn't get that one on my warden for some reason. Is it a non-repeatable? Yeah, that's a non-repeatable, okay. I think he can do a race. Does this character have a worst deed? She sure does. Guardian on worst deed is crazy. Ace Gaming, I'm glad my videos have been helpful to you and your friends. I'm trying to keep up with the videos even during these busy times. Like, that's essentially why I didn't get to streaming. I wanted to Saturday. Let's see. Today's Monday, right? And then, yeah, didn't get to it yesterday either. But I am hoping to have a couple videos at least coming up that will hopefully be helpful to any new players starting, even maybe some people that are already playing. One of them being a leveling guide that I got a lot of the sort of writing portion of the video done. The problem with some leveling resources for LOTRO is some of them aren't the most accurate from an overview perspective. And I see comments like this fairly frequently where people are confused about where to go at what level. And like what things are safe to skip in LOTRO. Okay, there's an envelope somewhere here. Oh, that is the envelope. I thought that was like a posted sign. Yeah, that steed, I'd have to get back on it. I don't know exactly where it's from. Here's another one. I'm still looking for those ideal spots for fireworks, I think. I feel like I'm totally missing one right around here. Also trying to navigate all this while... Here's a cat laying on the desk in front of the keyboard. Oh yeah, so this steed, it's a little bit of a mix of things, but I agree that it's nice looking. I believe it's the Mordor stuff that I have equipped. Yeah, this is one of the Mordor sets. I don't know if this is from the Ultimate Fan Bundle or the Collector's Edition. Probably the Ultimate Fan because it looks neat. But it's a sort of eviler looking cosmetic, which are relatively uncommon in LOTRO. Hey, there's an ideal location right in front of me. Imagine that. Jock, for this character, I'm going to be using the 105 Valar. For my Beorning, I'm going to be using the 120 Valar, and my Minstrel, the 50 Valar. I don't know which order I'll do them in. I just know this character, I guess, is coming first. Yeah, that's probably going to keep failing. Should probably open the envelopes I have, see how many invitations. Oh, I thought I targeted this. Let's see. Okay, that one's a non-repeat and takes you. It would be nice if you could get that every year for people like me that just forget it where all you can do stuff. And there's more anniversary tokens is the real reason I would like that. Okay, TJ Smith, you're wondering if Captain and Champion could duo Siege of Angmar. I always forget. Shadow of Angmar versus... Yeah, it's Shadow of Angmar, Siege of Mirkwood. I always get those two mixed up. Oh, nothing over here anymore. I don't even know what I saw over here. It's possible. I think if you are skilled with the two classes and you are very well geared, have your virtues, that would be a big thing up and that sort of stuff. And especially if you have your legendary items with the new LI system, I think it would be possible to do those. I'm trying to remember though, some of them might have mechanics that require more than two people due to, yeah, just needing more people to interact with things or whatever. So if I'm remembering correctly, Heligrod, which is a scalable instance, but that one I think requires at least maybe 4 people, maybe just 3, I forget. 4, probably at least 4 people for the very first wing at least. That would be the spider wing. No, not the very first wing. It's whatever wing that's right before the last one, so the third wing. Wait, I got Warsteed cosmetic set. Revelers Gilded? I didn't know you could get those from the envelopes. Wow. I only got 3 invitations, but I got a Warsteed cosmetic. It's bound to account. Ooh. Do I want to use it on this character? What's the Revelers Gilded? I got cats everywhere today. Oh, it's this one? Eh. Wait, is it Regal or Gilded? Gilded, okay. I'm not a big fan of that one, to be honest. So I'll just get it on this character. I feel like that could work for a Beorning, but color-wise, at least, I feel like it could work, but everything else-wise, I'm not too sure. So this character got it, I'll use it on this character. I definitely think it could be a challenge at least. I think it would be something that's fun to try. Because you could have the captain go in blue line and the champion go in blue line. It might be slow, but you have a tank and healer option to help stay alive. Right, let's open the envelopes. And, oh, we got all the invitations. And I only have 3 ideal locations for fireworks. I'm doing a bad job on that. I think when I did this on my warden, that was like the first thing I got. Oh, there's one. With all the envelopes flying around, it's hard to target them. Alright, that's good. Unflagging Dragon is fairly nice, I think. I definitely think, though, that the 6-man instances, and if there are any 3-mans, I think all of those would be fairly easy to get done with Captain and Champion. An ideal spot for fireworks. Inside the jail gates, but outside the building. Alright. And then one northeast. Is that why I was heading there earlier? Not sure I've ever actually been in this little alley. Oh, that's pretty neat. Anyway, the ideal location is like right here. Oh, don't think I'm gonna get to. Oh, I got the toast emote as well. I got all sorts of things from those envelopes. That is a poor brigand. Blue area showing up on the map. Oh, on the map, if you use the quest tracker, make sure on the bottom left you have show quest guide on map. And then for that, the quests that show up there on the tracker are the ones that are on your quest tracker over here conveniently. So you can only have 5 of those at once, so make sure they're tracked. You can either do the slow way and click them, remove from tracker, add to tracker, or you can just click the ring there. You can also, on the mini map, just right click that and do track nearby quest to go to everything that's close. And you can change the color here. So that one was blue earlier. Okay, moving on. We have some quests to turn in, but before we turn in the quests, I want to go ahead and use my XP boost to get to level 85. I don't think I actually talked about why I want to get level 85, so that might seem like a confusing thing that I want to level up before I use my level boost. But the reason is so that I can get the most out of these heritage runes. It's honestly a little bit silly, but all these heritage runes have minimum level 85, so it's most efficient to use them as close to 85 as possible. But because they have a minimum of 85, I need 1 more level to use them. Hey, they're in that knockoff kin. No offense to anybody that's in Mithril Crowns, but my kin's name is Mithril League. And then there's this, I don't know if it's a new kin, but it's one we've only recently seen pop up called Mithril Crowns. Okay, so I'm going to turn in the anniversary stuff, and then I will probably head north to the racetrack. I also want to do the instance at some point, just because that's something easy, fun-ish to do. I think the racetrack is up north here. Probably where all the horse racing is. No, that's actually south of where I thought it was. I thought it'd be at... No, it's not at Hangstacers. There is an actual, like, racetrack over there, I think. Oh, well, fairly quick to get to. Also, I meant to go to Lalia's Market. I realized this character doesn't have the port. A lot of my characters, I just haven't gotten it due to mostly forgetting. But there is a very convenient port to Lalia's Market, which is like right in the middle of Bree, right outside the Boar Fountain. It has an hour cooldown, and it costs like 3 Mithril coins, which is very cheap. And if you logged in during the anniversary, you got a few Mithril coins or a bunch of Mithril coins if you're VIP. The abandoned graveyard. I've been there a couple times only. Not really a place I go to much in LOTRO. Kind of a neat location that just doesn't have much going on. It is abandoned after all. I feel like I was just here for the spring festival. Can't use Valor trait points for a level from a level 105 boost character. I honestly have no idea. Yeah, I'm really not sure. I am going to be boosting this character to 105, so maybe if I run into that issue, I will know a little bit more. Hopefully I don't, though. Oh, hey, fireworks that crowd my inventory. That's a sort of bad way to think about fireworks, but it's the way it is. Anniversary event continue. Oh, it'll take me to the methyl stage and all that sort of stuff. We want... Can I actually get on the race pony? Oh, race is not compatible. Okay, we'll get a horse then. Oh yeah, you might get a pop-up, auto pop-up quest, as Jacques said, and then you can use the trait points. I sort of remember something like that. If anybody doesn't know what's going on here, this is a little racetrack, and you have to get around it in time. I don't know if you go out of bounds, or I think if you pass the gates is when you get a speed boost, and that's how you make sure you get there in time. I don't think it's overall too hard to do these, but sometimes jumping can be a bit iffy in LOTRO, so it can be fairly easy to end up messing up, but I don't know how much like a single mess up really impacts your speed. I don't think you have to worry about angles too much, like making sure you cut the shortest distance possible to get there. I have won it. was going to try to do lap 2. There might be a pop-up. If it sits there completed, there might be a pop-up somewhere top rightish side of your screen, and you can click that, and then it'll come up with a panel sort of like this, and you can click finish now, maybe. Eventually, I'll get to actually boosting the character, and if you need more help, I can hopefully get to that soonish. Okay, so I have a mission to turn in, actually. I didn't even know that. That's perfect. Do I have any of these already ready to turn in? I actually do. Wow, I have a couple other missions ready to turn in. All right, then. So I might as well go ahead and do that, I suppose. Turn in 3 missions, and then do the anniversary festival quest, the flurry of fireworks. And then if I need XP from anything else, probably more missions wouldn't be a bad idea. In the meantime, we'll enjoy this wonderful steed through free fields. I think I'm all caught up on comments. It's been going a bit fast today, which isn't a problem. So yeah, this character has a lot of stuff in its inventory. A lot of it is just for crafting, but I don't really craft that frequently. Well, those 2 things actually did stack. Especially at this point in the game, crafting really after level 50, but especially really after level 58, but especially after level 100. It's just really boring to me. Crafting, that is. Metalsmith is one that has a little bit of use just because they can make heavy armor. And shields. Okay, so we are headed west. Yeah, burglars are decently fun. They're fairly fast-paced, which is good, I think. They're not the most basic class, and I would actually consider that a good thing. Oh, I can do Svalfang Stand. That's a very quick mission. Might as well do that while I'm here, I figure. And they have a little bit of advanced mechanics that aren't too important, especially for easier stuff or just getting into the class, but it's something that might help keep it engaging in the long run after you've played a while. Alright, time to zoom. Wait, didn't I just get like a 48,000 crit and his health didn't even go down that much? Am I crazy? Okay, I got a crit for 37,000. And he clearly didn't take 37,000 from one hit. And then I got another one with 48,000. Oh no, Balewood Overseer, that was 37,000. But yeah, I got a crit on him for 48,000 and his health didn't even go down nearly that much. So I don't know what's going on there. Oh well. Fellowship combos are technically still in the game, but nobody really uses them because they just aren't worth using because they're bad nowadays. Characters are so much stronger. The only Fellowship maneuver that's occasionally worth actually participating in is going to be the Power Restore, but at high levels that's typically not going to be. And for the healing, that one can sometimes be a little bit at low levels, but not really too much. And then sometimes they are necessary, like, for mechanics still. If I remember correctly, something in Rimmer Chant, you had to use Fellowship maneuvers for that. And of course, if you want to run Dragok, I think you still need 6. I've heard it bugs out if you don't use those, even if you couldn't technically muscle through it nowadays. I have not experienced that though. Okay, so missions wise, I think I have some from, what was it, Anak Curfew ready to turn in, so I can do that. Also might need a jacket here soon. It's getting a bit chilly. I think all the cats have left. That is so weird. The cat in the tree up there looks like the other cat, and that kind of freaked me out. Like, they are very similar looking. They're both orange tabbies, but they have different patterns that make them look different. And one's skinny and one's fat, but the Lexi and the tree there, the angle she is, makes her look like Piper. Anyway, I have some quests to turn in here. We have, what is this, mission War of Three Peaks. We have Dour Hands in the Deep, Dour Hands in the Deep, rather. There we go. And we have Son of the Chieftain somewhere over here. Seals of Cur Brian, isn't that a super quick one? Maybe. Let's see if there's an even quicker one that I recognize. So the Dev, Frosty Reception, that's a pretty quick one, right? I hope. Nope. Hammer, yes, the hammer, not hammer down. Oh, this is actually a fairly neat looking hammer. But the hammer that I have equipped is the level 45 class quest hammer. It is, as far as I know, my favorite hammer in the game. It's just got, for LOTRO at least, a very solid look to it. So I really enjoy that hammer. But as far as getting XP, I did want to do the anniversary flurry of fireworks. What size can you do? I'll do the 3-man version, why not? And we'll do level 85 even. This character's a tad OP, so doing something high level wouldn't, I think, would be good. I won't even mind trying to do like school at the Mirdain real quick if I need more XP. Okay, we're going to give sparkles to hobbits. And we need to pick up firework crates. Okay, now I need to thwart nosy hobbits. Well, actually, I need to do the first location or thwart nosy hobbits. But first, these children need their fireworks. Or sparklers, rather. Aren't sparklers a new item in the game as well? That you can actually get for your character, maybe? There's Gandalf. I feel like when he has that look, I don't know, he just seems like he's in a Mithrandir look to me. Oh, this is a nosy hobbit. Alright, I already thwarted nosy hobbit. Don't need to do that again, do I? Oh wow, the 3-man version, they turn it up with 4 signatures. Do I need to keep thwarting the nosy hobbits? I guess so. Thought I'd see how it worked without that. Oh boy, maybe I actually do need to deal with them. Thought I'd investigate trying to not do that. Maybe we can still set it up. Just leave the nosy hobbits there. There we go. Yeah, the level 120 boost, you still have a bit of time to get to end game. I think there can be a lot that is overwhelming, but if you don't mind spending a decent amount of time just looking at your abilities and seeing what all they do and figuring what... Oh, I was like, I can't pick up these fireworks. That's because we already delivered them there. I just need to take these crates. Bring them up to the next checkpoint. I think I also need to give some more children some sparklers. But yeah, there's plenty of plenty of content with Minas Morgul and all the stuff between Minas Morgul and Gundabad, and then Gundabad to get a decent sense, I think, for the gameplay of your class. Oh. Once again, there's one way to take care of the noise complaint. Oh. And there are orcs back here we need to deal with. Alright, that should be good for him. Oh, there are even more orcs than I thought. Unfortunately, I'm not ranged, so it's kind of... I have to run around a lot. It's also a good thing Pengale has over 2 million health, so I don't think he was ever in any danger of being even close to being in danger of dying. TJ, I find the Guardian to be a lot of fun to play, especially in the red line, which is a little bit weird, but I really enjoy the red line gameplay on the Guardian, which is the spec I am in now. Oh, we gotta pick up more fireworks. Eventually I'll get the flow of this instance. Legendaries that you're given with the boost are definitely relevant, but there's also plenty of opportunity to change them. So both, they get you a really nice start. We'll experience this with all the characters. I think even the 50 character would get the LI, hopefully. But I think it should at least. But yeah, they give you a really great start for the level you're at, but you can change them out, both the weapon if you want, and the tracers will need to be replaced as you level up anyway. One more AoE? Oh, I was hoping. Oh wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. No idea what was dealing so much damage to me. My first assumption is a reflect, but it does not look like it. Taking thousands fire damage. Yes, that fire damage would be my guess. Honestly, makes me a tiny bit scared with this one. Let's see, their aura is hitting me right now. Okay, when I did damage, I didn't really take much damage. Let's go ahead and heal up. Okay, let's use that thing too. Oh, a little bit scary. I guess maybe there is some danger in the 3-man version. Coffee. All I have is, oh, food I can't eat. Really close to level 85. I'm really curious if using an XP boost will somehow impact the Valar. I doubt it will, but it'll be interesting if that were the case. Oh yeah, you have to kill these things kind of quick, don't you? Oops. My bad. I think if all of them blow up, you fail. Oh, I should have used the other thing. Wow, 3 of them at once. This is the real challenge doing. Oh, and they're doing inductions? Oh no. Oh, this is bad. Never mind. All good. Whew. Oh yeah, Brandon, if you're not a big fan of DPS, then Orden can be a bit of a tough spot right now. Alright, where's Gandalf? He's back here, isn't he? They really tricked me the first time going through this with having the fireworks launching while we have to talk to Gandalf to launch the fireworks display, so these are just launching for fun on the way for the real launch. Hey, level up. 85. Oh, now I can go to Wilderness more, it looks like. Or at least I get the introduction. I wonder if I'd actually get the quest now. We'll never know. Okay, don't quite want to leave because I think I still have to give sparklers to 3 children, and then we can leave. And you can't jump down here, that's right. And yeah, Cole, if you do screw up with the traceries, it's not the end of the world because, as I mentioned, you will end up needing to replace them as you level up anyway. Traceries kind of function like gear, I think would be a good way to think about it. We need one more child of Bree. I think that's Gandalf. It's kind of interesting where like the gloom at night is, and then suddenly over here it's daytime still. Okay. I got all of these on my warden, so I'm kind of curious what the... Is a child any down here? Kind of curious what the issue is. I'm not seeing anymore. I guess it's not the biggest deal anymore. I'll have that quest, but plus I got level 85, so that was the big thing. But yeah, we're finally, like almost an hour, hey, here's one. Almost an hour into the stream, I think I am finally ready to use the 105 Valor, use the first Valor. Also think I am going to have to put a jacket pullover thing on. So, I will be right back. All right. And yes, as Karmapolis says, traceries, a lot of the ones you get are random, which is definitely annoying. Okay, the Great Chicken Rebellion, neat. So, oh, I got a tracery from that, really? Neat. Oh yeah, they added new set bonuses to some traceries. Some of the word of craft, some of the stat traceries. I am stuck right now. If anybody is curious, I am trying to move. But turned walls of Langblood. I am in... Oh, wow. Anora is laggy. That is weird. Anora usually isn't this laggy, unless it can't be my keyboard. I was trying both the keyboard and my mouse. And it's probably also not my internet if OBS is not dropping frames or anything. I'm just not used to experiencing lag spikes like that on Nor. One of the benefits of being on a such low population server. Anyway, that totally distracted me, but I think we are ready to use the 105 Valor. So I believe this will take me to a location. Don't know what location, but I am going to actually mark on the stream. I'm hoping to put timestamps in this video because I really do want it to be helpful to people that use the Valors. So Valor. Yeah. 105, and this is about 50. Minutes into the stream. Okay, so we, oh yeah, heritage runes. Thank you, whoever reminded me. There's a level 45 one, but who cares? I don't know about guide for the Valars, but at the very least, this stream will be a sort of guide to the Valars. Is again the goal. Potentially I could clip the moments in the stream and make them into a little like very short video. That is something I have thought about doing with some of my content. It's kind of weird because I stream on YouTube and I'd basically be replaying the exact thing that's in another video, but it's shorter and condensed, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've done that, I think, a couple videos. Rad. Anyway, people distracting me. Yes, more heritage runes. Don't need my character panel up for that, but I want to see the reward track. I'm on level 60? No, I'm on level 55. And 46 of these guys got me to 58. 3. So yeah, maybe I gained an extra level or two by making sure I used them before I Valared. That was the whole point of spending all that time leveling this character. Also getting some anniversary stuff, so it really didn't matter, and cleaning my quest log a bit. Karma Plus, I don't know if the devs are considering allowing us to select tracers instead of random. I hope that is something they're considering. It's something I've seen a lot of people, including myself, give feedback on, that it's the randomness to me with that isn't too fun. I think randomness in terms of like repeatable sources like instance drops isn't necessarily too bad, but if you get them as a one-time reward from a quest or something like that, and any of the boxes that give tracers make them be selectable, I think would be just significantly better for the system. Don't need 2 Flame of Encalamirs. Okay, 105 Valor for real. Alright, we got Array of the Valor. This will bring me to level 105. This one is going to be Starts Quest, Virtues of the Valor Intro Quest. This item begins a quest that allows you, yeah, you can get the virtues with that. This is going to be all this stuff. We get a fancy steed for it. I already have a war steed though. We get some silver, some XP boosts. This is going to be, please verify you are not. Okay, this is going to be excess currency. It's an item pack, but it wants you to make sure you're not at the ancient script capped. So this character's ancient scripts are, well, my account under 5,000, so I should be good. Also trait point wise, I currently have 50 trait points, so I am curious how many trait points I will get. And just for the record, here is my virtues. Not really particularly great. Honestly, I have very bad virtues selected. I wonder why I did honor. That is a very outdated pick. I wonder if I even knew I had honor selected, because that is an issue I have run into. That's a lot of levels to get relatively useless honor. But yeah, we'll get my loyalty up with the virtue XP items. Unless I send them to my warden, that's a possibility. Anyway, let's use Array of the Valor. 105. It's taking me to, I believe, Camp of the Host is what it said. Camp of the Host of the West. This will take me straight to Aragorn, and he gives you Book 8, Chapter 1. I believe that would get you on track where you need to go and would eventually take you to the Black Book of Mordor. So if you use the 105 Valor, this is what you would want to start on to get on track to go into Mordor and do 105 plus content. I think we can go ahead and perhaps start that, but the main focus again today is going to be on actually just using the items and getting you where you might want to go, which for this, it takes you right where you need to go. All right, so I used, I used that. We can go ahead, we got quest actions. So a lot of these quest actions, especially the timed ones, are not important. It looks like actually none of these are really important. A lot of these are just for old regions. You might see they're level 95 and the such. You can decline them, but they might keep coming back up. So what I end up recommending is just filtering all these auto pop-up quests on your character, unless you want to do them. I mean, if you want to do them, you could always do that, but I just filter them so I don't have to deal with them anymore. That is that one. Filter them on just that character. The one on the right would be filter for our account, but we'll filter them all for this character. That way they don't pop up and I don't have to worry about them anymore. If I wanted to do the waste, which is where this book quest starts, then that would always be an option. But for this character, I don't think I will, but it would actually technically be worth considering, I suppose, in case you maybe don't like Mordor and wanted to do the waste. There's also some other 105-ish content in South Athelion post-battle Gondor if you wanted to do it, just as a possibility to perhaps extend your levels before you start Mordor. Okay, next up we have Deed Tome for Gondor quest. This is what I'm really interested in, how many trait points I end up getting. I currently have 64. Again, I started with 50. And then this will get me a few trait points. This one will get me a few trait points, and this one will get me a few trait points. The good thing for this character is I already had some trait points, and I think sometimes this even gives you extra trait points if you already have some of them. So right now I have 71 trait points. I forget the number. If you're level 105 and have as many trait points as possible, I forget the number for that, to be honest. It could be 71, but that actually seems slightly low. But again, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it doesn't give you like the book quest ones. There are a bunch that you can get in book quests starting at especially level 95 with the West Gondor book quests. Starting really with Volume 4 would be the way to put it. I wish I know the thumbnail said, what did it say, like so many Valars? And we got 3 Valars with the 15th anniversary, but you know, it would be nice to have even more. Okay, so I got Tracery. Did I really get that from one of these Valars? Tracery level. Oh, that's... Wait, what got me that? Oh, this was from some of the deed completion. Okay, so when I think I used the trait point box, it completed some deeds and things like that. I also got some character XP, which is neat. But I think that is where I got these level 86 traceries, because this character is obviously not level 86 and that'd be outdated. But yeah, that is where those came from, it looks like. Okay, so this is going to be tutorial quest. You just have to right click that. It says completed accept, then you go up here and this will be finished now, and you can open some other things. This is going to be Valor virtue. Oh yeah, so this gives 20,000 virtue XP things, which is a lot. But the bigger thing actually is going to be 570,000 virtue XP. That's a lot of virtue XP. I'm honestly really considering just sending these to my warden on this server, because that would be a lot more helpful for my warden compared to this character. And I think it'd just be more helpful in general for a character that's actually going to be more immediately doing endgame stuff. So at least in that, but I think I'll use enough of Valor to get my loyalty up. That's an important one. That's the only one I really care about for a character such as this one. So I'll go ahead and use maybe 3 of those. Another good one would be Valor and Wit, but loyalty is just by far, I would say, the most efficient. I'll go ahead and get these out of the way. Okay, we'll slot Wit. Well, hold up. Just organizing this a bit to make sure the virtues that I want to get virtue XP are actually going to get it. And then we'll do Fidelity and then Confidence after that, probably. I don't think I'll get anything to use with Confidence. Okay, so if I use this, oh, the spillover still went to Honor. That's unfortunate. That's going to be tough to get around. I was hoping the spillover, I kind of forgot exactly how it worked, but it looks like spillover virtue XP goes to your next highest one, and I don't really want Honor at this point. I would much rather, if I want it to be universal and just have the option to do some decent tanking, I think Honor could be a good one. Could be. But yeah, that's just not quite ideal, but good to know. Oh, do I have Honor equipped? Oh, you are right. I totally mixed that up. I have Honor equipped. Well, that's a touch embarrassing. Okay, we can try it again with Valor. I still have a lot of these boosts. Let's see, it should spill over into Wit now. Yes, okay, it does work that way. Let's see, just some other random things I see. I already have the War Steed. I already have legendary items, so don't need to worry about those. I think one of those was riding characteristic. But yeah, good to know that I just totally messed that up and it does work how I originally thought it worked. So spillover would not go to honor in that case. It's good we got Valor up though. Those are some decent stat boosts. Okay. Array of the Valor weapon pack. This is probably going to give me legendary item box and I could just get some stuff here. I already have a lot of this stuff, but I could go ahead and get something like a sword or an axe is probably what I would go with for a one-handed weapon. Actually, I would go with a spear. I like spears. So I'll go ahead and get myself a one-handed spear if I do want to go sword and shield, aka spear and shield really. And this is going to be another one. I will go ahead and hold off on that. Oh, it looks like it also just gave me a shield, so that's pretty nice. So that'd be my spear and shield look. Makeshift warden when I can't actually play a warden. Okay, I'll go back to hammer. And then the bow, go ahead and equip that. And then class D Tome Guardian. I thought I already opened this, to be honest. Maybe I didn't. I really did think that I already opened that because I thought I did all the trait point stuff. There we go, even more trait points. So that's pretty nice. It did the Mines of Moria one, so that's really nice. I guess that does count as a class deed. And I still have some of these to do. So it had me already complete tiers 1 through 8, so I'm guessing if I already had those, that is when it might double up, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh, it completes promotion points for you too. That's really nice. I didn't know the 105 Valor would do the promotion points. That's one of the more annoying sources of, not virtue traits, clash traits. VP Riggs, you asked what am I doing right now as an event that will go away or a story quest line. So what I'm doing right now is the with the 15th anniversary, everybody would have gotten 3 Valor boosts, 3 Valors, which are level boosts in the game. There's a level 50 boost, a level 105 boost, and a level 120 boost. I use the 105 boost on this Guardian, and I'm just sorting through all the items that I got. And hello, Jonathan. And yeah, the legendary box, you could definitely send that. Never mind. I thought you could also send that, but that is going to be bound to the character. Maybe the box before I open that, maybe? I don't know. Some of the Valor stuff is sendable to alt. Some of it's bound to account, but some of it isn't. I'd actually say a decent bit is not. Okay, and then I got a whole bunch of gear. This is going to be useful gear for this character, so I will just go ahead and straight up equip it all. If I find that I want anything else that I have unlocked from whatever, I might do that. Like, I'm going to keep the shield with the hammer hand equipped. All this regular armor I'll go ahead and equip. Oh, this is not too pretty looking, to me at least. Not a big fan of the cosmetics of the armor it gives you, but it's just starter armor here. I do like the cosmetics. This character has a few cosmetics that I like. This one, I think this one is very fitting for the region. This one's neat. This one's pretty basic, but I actually do sometimes like using it. And then I have all these extra ones where I have a whole lot of other cosmetics I wouldn't mind, like this set. I don't think would be bad to have there. I think this was all the equipment that I had, which might not be this full cosmetic set, but there we go. Yeah, the Virtue boost is very crazy with the Valors, especially the 105 Valor has, I'd say, the highest value Virtue XP, because if I remember correctly, the 120 Valor, 130 Valor give the same amount of Virtue XP as the 105. Okay, so we used all the armor and gear, or at least some of it. I'd rather that earring equipped. Wait, would I rather that earring? No, that's a low-level earring. Oops. Yeah, there we go. I think a lot of this is rep. Yeah, I had some rep stuff from level 75 on this character. Okay, and then we got the Array of the Valor item pack, and I don't have enough room to do that. So if you want to open that, you'll have to make room. All the jewelry I am completely fine selling, but I will point out that the Armor, I am not going to quite sell because a lot of it, again, I want for cosmetics. Oh, did I just sell a useful necklace? I sure did. Fortunately, there's a buyback tab, so I'll go ahead and do that. And I think I have enough spots open to use this. Or I have the Valar item pack. And yes, this gives you a whole bunch of potions. It gives you mithril coins, which is really nice. It gives you 600 ancient scripts. We got the writing characteristic, already had that, but it also gives you a mount in case you didn't have one. So don't need the writing characteristic. I can just destroy that. It gives you a map to Eastfold if you want to go to Alberg. Gives you a map to Sutcroft, Snowborn. I don't want either of those, so I'll just destroy them. And it gives you a Shattered Gondorian Tracery, and it even gives you a map to the Archive of Traceries, so you can get your legendary item set. So again, it took us right to Aragorn, and he has Book 8, Chapter 1. That is what will get us set on our way with questing. We can change our milestone here, actually. So we can easily get back here, and then for legendary items... let's see, what did I get for legendary items? I got Tracery for 86. Did it give any traceries? I thought the 120 or 130 Valor at least gave some actual traceries. Legendary item box. Okay, so that one. Oh, maybe this one. Okay, let's see. No, these are all plain legendary item boxes. So I'm just going to double check that there wasn't anything I missed as far as legendary items go, because I thought with a different Valar at least that there was a box that contained a bunch of LI boosts. Things like enhancement runes and actually traceries, like enough to get a full set of that stuff. But maybe not. We did get the enhanced or tracery for level 86. But that was from one of the deed completions. Armor of the Hornburg Defender, that is cosmetic. So yeah, as far as I can tell from all the boxes, no LI stuff besides just getting an LI. I don't think, yeah, the spear didn't come with traceries in it. All the traceries for this character will now be disabled because they're too low level and I need to reforge my LIs. But yeah, that would be the next step, I think, in getting your character set up would be to go to the Archive of Traceries. And we will do that. Is trying to get into crafting worthwhile for a level boosted character? That is a good question. I think it can be a little bit of a journey, a bit tough to get caught up with crafting, but I definitely think if you're interested in it, I think it can be worth it. Like for my character, this Metalsmith, I'm already on the Eastamnet tier, so I think for this character it would be probably worth going back and doing any necessary gathering or just buying stuff on the auction house if you happen to have the money for that, and then powering through that and getting for this character to be my Metalsmith up. Okay, so when we get to the Archive of Traceries, I'm first going to reforge the lies. That is the most important thing. There we go. And they'll be ready to reforge in one more level at level 106. That'll be the next reforge level. Also, I think I have, this is very random, but I think I have a source of more XP boosters. I don't know if I want to get into that now, but that's something I don't think you would have if you just like got the collector's editions. This is from already having the Ultimate Fan bundles. But yeah, from the Fate of Gundabad Ultimate Fan bundle items, there would be this earring. And then the other Ultimate Fan bundle, actually Minas Morgul Ultimate Fan bundle, which I don't even have enough room to open. I'll go back to my vault and put more cosmetics in there. Oops, I want chest 10. I don't think I need the look of that cloak, definitely not. I want those in there. How about the shield? Don't think I need that shield. How about that sword? Probably don't need that sword. Okay, anyway, hopefully that's enough room to open the next box here. This Morgul. And that's just a little bit better earring. Oh, another nice thing with these boxes, this is again for Ultimate Fane bundles, so you want to have them, but they're tracery tokens for incomparable traceries, and I can actually even save those for higher levels, since for a leveling character, I typically wouldn't care too much about actually getting the teal traceries. At this point, I would care more so for higher level. Also, we can put a little glue on that. Ooh, Spider's Bane looks kind of neat for that one, I think. And Vegas Sims, thank you for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate that. Sorry to take a minute to get to that. But you asked if I am in a guild or do I have my own guild? So you're on Arkenstone. Right now I'm on Anor. I mostly play on Anor. But for Arkenstone, I am in the Pipeweed and Ale kin. And it's not my own kin. I'm just a regular member in that kin and haven't played there in like 4, 5-ish months. 4.5 months. 4 months and 10 days, I think, would be almost exact. But anyway. Yeah, thank you very much for that. And yeah, I don't know. I would guess that the kin would be open to more people. But again, I haven't been on there. I wish I had something better about kinship on Arkenstone. I think somebody in the chat might have mentioned a kinship. I think I have seen that name before. Could even have been on Discord. But somebody had... there's definitely not more activity on the VIP servers. In fact, there's a whole lot less activity on the servers. The only reason I'm on the server is actually because that's where my kin is. Yeah, I think Arkenstone would definitely be a more busy server than Crick Hollow. Anor would be significantly less busy than Crick Hollow, though. Somebody mentioned a kinship name. It was like, oh yeah, Misfits. Home for Misfits, I think was the name of the kin. Somebody mentioned. Potentially could look into that. Or again, the kin I'm in, Pipeweed and Ale, if you see anybody on from that kin, you could consider asking. They're mostly at the level cap, though. Okay, so we got this stuff. All this stuff is not from the Valar, again, just to be clear. So I won't open any of the extra LI boxes. That was mainly just to get the XP earrings because I want even more XP. But yes, as far as getting your character started with their LIs, assuming you got enough ancient scripts, that is honestly one of the slightly disappointing things about the 105 Valor that I'm noticing, is it didn't give the items that the 120 Valor and 130 Valor gave to like all the traceries and enhancement runes to get you started on your LI a little bit better. Oh, Cole, you're also in Home for Misfits. Good to hear. It's super helpful because I heard somebody else actually mention that. That's 2 whole people. Okay, so we are looking for... Actually, for this character, this is something that might be a bit tough if you're just starting out and you use the 105 Valor boost on a character and you want to get like your legendary item set up. This might be a little bit of a tough recommendation, but I honestly would recommend not really worrying about your traceries until level 106 and then coming back at level 106 and then bartering for some new traceries, because that is going to be in the next level range, 106, and those traceries will last you up to level 115. Actually, you can use them until 120. To phrase this better, you can use them from 106 to 120. Let's actually just go to one of these as an example. It has a minimal level 106 to 120, so you can use them for longer, and you will be closer to the next level bracket at 116. But anyway, if you went to a 105, if I can get my words straight here, if you went to a 101 tracery, it just means it wouldn't last you as long, and it's a bit worse than the 106 tracery. These are not the exact same ones to compare. If I was doing this a little bit better, I'd actually get Distracting Flame up here. So with the Distracting Flame tracery, which I can't use because I am a guardian, or if I can, I actually use that? It should have the class be incompatible, but it looks like I could use it. You know what? I'll test this with a yellow tracery. We'll test this with a yellow tracery, but I am curious if you can actually use traceries from another class. No, I'm too far away. Where's the Runekeeper bookshelf? It totally looks like I can use it. That's crazy. Brutal assault damage? Essence is incompatible with that socket. Okay, perfect. I was really concerned for a moment that you could actually use other class traceries. Just because it looks like you can, there's nothing that indicates from the icon that you can't use it. And the only place that says Runekeeper is just like in the text description, Word of Mastery Runekeeper. But good to know that that actually is unusable. How often does LOTRO give out Valars like this? This is the only time that I remember that they've given them out. Sometimes they have been, I think last Black Friday and maybe even December, January, I forget exactly when, they've been on like 75% off sales on the LOTRO store, which makes them relatively cheap. And I think it's worth picking them up if you're interested in them when they're on that sale, but not free. Definitely not free before. Alright, so one cat meowed, and that woke the other cat up, and she decided to come up here and trying to knock my water bottle down again. This time the lid is definitely on. Okay. So yeah, that would be my real recommendation, though, for a level 105 Valor boosted character is to not even barter for traceries from the Archive of Traceries until level 106. And it'd probably be the same for the level 120 Valor, waiting till 121. Yeah, this character is set up now. For my personal interest in this character, I probably would go through the book quests, and then I would... yeah, do the book quest and probably mix it in with missions and the such to level up. Because I probably, for this character, wouldn't be too interested in doing Mordor landscape. If it had been longer since I'd done that, I probably would be a bit more interested in it, but not too much with this character. But next up, we have either the Minstrel or Beorning. Maybe I'll do Minstrel for a little bit of a break from a high-level character. So the Minstrel is the new character I made. Minstrel is the new character I made, and that is the one I'm going to be taking to level 50. The wonderfully, as in horribly, named Gru. I forget, wasn't Gru a character in something? GRU, maybe? I only did it Gru because I tried to do my character's names puns on Louis, as you all might know. But I couldn't think of a good one for Minstrel for a male character. I have like Luel for Minstrel. But that is more of a female character. So I made this guy and named him Gru. And the short version of his name is it's basically short for Gru v. Louis. And if I do Groovy Lou, it sort of rhymes with Scooby-Doo, which is nice. Okay, so on a brand new character who I'm going to do to level 50, that Valor, what I actually am going to do is first organize my inventory. I'm going to put all my little inventory slots into one bag to make it one big bag so I don't have to deal with all these little bags. I used to like actually having multiple bags, but I've grown out of that and now just like it all in one. I got a whole bunch of junk mail. Can't believe you get so much junk mail, even in Middle-earth. Alright, I don't have much concern for the party tree right now. And we have the level 50 Valor somewhere in here. I think I'll go ahead and use it. My inventory is such a mess already, but I spent so long on the last character that I just like want to get it done. Gru the Barbarian. Haven't heard that one, but yes, Despicable Me. That would be the one that I was thinking of. Interesting. Those characters, the Despicable Me character. Just in case, I don't think you'll just get Virtue. Oh, I can't even open the J panel. But yeah, let's go ahead and just level up. And now I can press J. So I believe the level 50 Valor doesn't really give you much as far as Virtue XP goes, probably. As far as Clash trait points, it's not quite as good as the other Valors. Plus, it only takes you to level 50. I mean, wouldn't expect to be quite as much as like the 130 Valor. Yeah, you'll have probably never seen my inventory so empty. That is entirely true. Okay, so for level 50 weapon pack, wait, you don't get an LI? Oh no, does this not actually complete Seeker of the Deep places for you? That's unfortunate. Like, for somebody that hasn't done it, I don't think it's a bad thing to do. And I do have fun running through the walls of Moria, but I feel like for a level 50 Valor, it should have you right there ready to go into Moria, but I don't know, maybe acquiring your ally, they consider it significant enough that, yeah, you can go ahead and do it. Should I save? Yeah, I probably should save this for cosmetic. There's something nice about that super basic armor look to me. There we go. That is from the thumbnail. It was this character. But yeah, maybe... Ooh, Walls of Moria. It's probably a bit late for me to do Walls of Moria tonight. But maybe that's something that could come in the near future. One thing we can do, though, on the Minstrel is set up my skill bars, because you all might notice it is absolutely crazy down there. I think I'll go ahead and put all my mentor stuff, just get that out of the way, and put all my spillover skill bars on the right. Story of the Hammerhand, that is going to be one of those things, okay. But I am Scribe's Dance, I forgot that's even a thing. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do Minstrel. Okay, this is a racial trait, but it's somewhat useful. Let's not forget about it. Alright. Make people dance with that one. Just get the stuff that's not too combat related, go ahead and get it out of the way. Okay, so I'm in general going to put my heals on the right. My heals will go on the right because I'm going to be playing, this is for a DPS Minstrel. And that for me is just where it's most convenient to have those. Okay, kin house and personal house. Do I have a personal house? Oh no, that's kinship house and that's kinship member's house. Okay. Stances I'll go ahead and put at the top right. So if I come across those, anniversary celebration pig. We don't want to celebrate an anniversary right now, do we? I like to have my ballads up on the shift row. It's a little bit odd. 24-hour stream. I'm not sure that will quite happen. I'm actually getting a bit tired early today, which is odd. I only say it's odd because I actually woke up kind of relatively late for me. Oh, Virtues of the Valor. We do get Virtues of the Valor. And I got a whole bunch of quests here. Okay, we can go ahead and get the Minstrel quests. I think those actually would be worth getting. Even the Mission quest, don't mind getting those. Okay, we got Virtues of the Valor tutorial quest. I'm curious what sort of virtues you get for the level 50. Wow, you get 5 20,000 and 10 10,000? That's, I think, pretty good. I'll go ahead and get loyalty again, but let's see. Okay. You can actually see how... Oh, it's going to any spillover. I guess it's going to go in charity. That sucks. Okay, we only wasted 2,000 to charity, but that still sucks. Next one, I would either want wit or let me see what honesty looks like. Ooh. Thing is, wit is just a lot more efficient, even if it's not always the most useful. Actually, I'm curious, do minstrels still have fate as a trait? Or not fate, I mean finesse. Because if they do, wait. I remember there was a change in either finesse was put into something or I don't know, something happened. Oh yes, this one also gives finesse. So I'll go ahead and get 2000 finesse. I don't know how much 2000 finesse is at this point. But yeah, usually I use wit. Such a tough decision. So the reason I like wit so much, to go through my little bit of thought process here, the reason I like wit so much is because it's very efficient with the stats. It gives you finesse, critical rating, then mastery. It is one of the highest value virtues in the game for that stuff, but finesse is sometimes a stat that you don't really need. And on some of my higher level characters, after I get decent gear and the such, the finesse I get from wit will essentially be wasted, which really takes out a lot of value of that virtue. So that's why it's something that I think for a character like this, it's become a little bit of a tough choice, because I've realized for a lot of my high level characters, I'll often unslot wit, assuming I have enough virtue XP, I'll unslot wit and pick something like fidelity instead. But the next highest value virtue would be the one that gives you your mastery as a DPS character, at least. So that would be honesty for a tactical mastery class like the Minstrel. And then it would be for a physical mastery class, it would be Valor. Valor's pretty good. Honesty is, honestly, slightly less efficient than Valor because the second stat it gives is will, and main stats are just very inefficient in giving you the stats you really need, which are the secondary stats. That's stuff like tactical mastery, critical rating, and virtue XP. Virtue XP. Oh boy. That maybe actually shows you, the Zocker, how tired I am when I just called critical rating virtue XP. But I didn't even realize it's just been... Oh, maybe it's all this Valars. All the Valars wearing me out. Anyway, the 2 will is significantly less efficient than the 24 finesse, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's something I haven't looked into quite as much for tactical classes compared to physical, but it makes it a bit of a tough choice knowing that potentially wit, the main benefit of it, would end up being wasted in the future. Confidence it's really hard to like confidence because one, critical rating as a just that number is not the most efficient. And yeah, it gives a finesse, but the 15 evade rating, that's just totally wasted on a DPS virtue. If that gave something like mastery instead of evade rating, or just, I don't know, something. Maybe if it gave something like morale. I feel like if you're confident, you would have a lot of morale, maybe. I don't know why confidence would give you evade rating. That's actually something interesting to think about. Like, if we're trying to think about these virtues based on their name, what stats they should give based on it being confidence, does it make sense you have evade rating? I don't know. What I do know is I'm evading my cat right now. And yeah, there are a lot of useless virtues. Something like discipline, empathy. I don't think there's a situation where I would rank empathy, but I do think some people might dismiss it a little bit too soon because armor doesn't seem like it's useful. But actually, armor gives you 100% of your armor goes into physical mitigation, and then 20% of your armor goes into tactical mitigation. So it's something worth at least thinking about, somewhat considering, because if we... Oh, patience is probably the worst virtue. It shows how impatient you're supposed to be in LOTRO, because patience is, I think I would consider it the worst virtue in the game, unless I find an even worse one. But the reason to consider empathy, going way shifting topics, is that it gives armor value, and at least for level 1, that is admittedly very low level with the virtues, and they don't all scale the same with level, which is another annoying part of them. So I'm not sure. I think the LOTRO wiki has a good list of what they look like at higher levels, but the empathy based on level 1 values I think would be more worthy than innocence, because you also get tactical mitigation from the armor value, and you get even more physical mitigation than innocence. So yeah, there's that. Mercy is probably up there for second least useful virtue. The only benefit it has is the vitality. Oh, idealism, that one's not too great with its 5 fate. Justice, I think, is pretty bad. Okay, justice is probably worse than both of these. Maximum morale is not really that great, even though it is technically decent. At level 1, it just doesn't scale well. But ICMR is like totally useless. Fun to look at how bad these virtues are, huh? That doesn't really help me with this. Another thing to consider is if you really get well geared on your character is that you can also run into the mastery cap, and something like honesty might not become worth slotting if you're at the mastery cap without having the virtue equipped. That's something that probably wouldn't really happen without getting some really great gear for whatever level you are at. Like, I think my Warden on Anor had this happen at 115 and 120 even. Oh, and Bella, you should be getting those Valars in the near future, I think on the Wednesday patch. If you logged into the game after the anniversary update, after update 33, but before the servers went down for the rest of the day, and you got your Valor gifts, but then did not get them back when the servers came back up, I believe you should be getting those on the Wednesday patch, if I remember what I read correctly. Hey, another ring to equip. So yeah, all these considerations with the virtues, that's why it can be, I think, a little bit tough without further explanation, a little bit tough to just immediately recommend a list of 5 virtues, even though typically I think I would actually prioritize. I would probably prioritize honesty over wit in general circumstances. Let me actually see what it looks like at higher level. Like, I'm probably going to send a lot of these virtue XP things to my Warden anyway, but just to get this character started on them, and get for anybody that really is wondering about this stuff, it's a fairly important decision for your character. My cat's stomach's nice and warm. That's the only good thing. My hands, like, the rest of my body's okay. I think it's up to 61 in here, but my hands are actually cold. I feel like I need gloves, but my hands would probably still get cold. Oh, I have heard of characters getting stuck in the loading limbo. I forgot what the fix was, but people have talked about that exact bug. I don't know what caused it. And yes, we have cat distraction. But another thing to consider with these virtues, I don't know if I already mentioned this, is if you are going to be using all of your virtue XP boost that you got with the Valor, it doesn't really matter which one you prioritize. Like, if I went with 3 virtues, I would do honesty and wit. Like, I think it's an easy choice to have these 2 be my next 2 for this character, but the question is, if I only got one of those, which one would I do? That is the big question right now. So this is a little bit of a fringe scenario where I'm maybe looking for just a second virtue for this character with these virtue XP boosts, but it's something that is, I don't know, I think interesting to think about. Okay, gotta type. And I think, oops, Accidentally totally smacked the mic there. I think the LOTRO wiki has a good list. Okay, it has a list. It has a table. It's good that it has all the ranks of the virtues, so all the levels of the virtues and all the values it gives. And then there's, I think, a little bit of a better, it has a comparison matrix at the bottom of the virtue traits page. And what I am going to check, oh boy, this is actually hard to read. Be nice if they had images of the virtues for that. I believe there are sources. I think LOTRO HQ, it might be outdated, but LOTRO HQ had, I think, an image of all the virtues at one point for the level. And I think I also made one at some point. I have no idea where it would be, but I thought that I made a... Actually, I can't find it. If LOTRO HQ had one, I cannot find it anymore. Maybe it's because it was outdated. But yeah, I thought on one of the Bulwarers, I went ahead and took the opportunity at some point to take a screenshot of that, but if I did, I have no idea where it is anymore. Okay, so we are looking for Wit, which would have 81,000 finesse, 31,000 crit, 18,000 physical mastery, and then we are looking at Honesty, which has 19,000 crit. So it has a bit less crit than Wit, which makes sense. Okay, it has a bit less crit than Wit. It has 4,400 will. So the will's the important part to think about. That would be 12. I'm gonna make sure that number is actually right. Yes, that would be 12,000 tactical mastery. Also give 1,000 finesse. That is something that is worth considering, even though it's not that much. And then for the finesse, wherever that is, Wit gives 31,000 or 81,000. The other thing Honesty gives, oh yeah, that was tactical mastery. That's the one I want. That's the important one. Where is tactical mastery on this page? I guess I could show this page to you all. I am actually not seeing that. There it is. 60,000. Okay. So I think from all that... Oh, I didn't mean for class guides, but they used to, I thought, have a page with all the Virtue XP. With all the, yeah, all the Virtue XP items. Okay, so this is what I am currently looking at to... Hold up. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this today. And then I am desktop. Oh, there we go. Okay, yes, here we are. And this is what I am looking at. It's a giant table of all these values. But what I am more so looking at is this little matrix here. Let's zoom in some more. This matrix of values here. Now, again, I thought there was some source of the screenshots with all the Virtue XP. Again, I thought that was on LOTRO HQ, but have not seen it there. Anyway, we have the Virtue, and I'm looking at Wit, which has 81,000 finesse, and then compare that to Honesty, which has 60,000 tactical mastery. So it is true that Wit gives a little bit more finesse, but tactical mastery as a raw number is a little bit more efficient. As in, it gives you more benefit for your character overall, overall per single point of tactical mastery. I also don't know why the camera seems way more zoomed in. That's a little bit weird, but oh well. And then it also gives 4,000 will, which is like 4,000 finesse and another 12,000 tactical mastery. So that helps the tactical mastery a little bit. And the crit rating between the two, Wit gives a little bit more crit. So I think overall with the Minstrel, the short version of this, if I had to prioritize two virtues, and could not get the third virtue. I feel like I spent half an hour on this. I hope it's not too boring. But if I could not get the third virtue for some reason, like for this character, I might just not want to get that. I would go with honesty, and then I would get wisdom. And I think I'm actually, or not wisdom, oops. Roll that back. Would get wit as the next one. I'm going to go ahead and get both of them up a little bit. And then the next one will be the spillover one. I didn't equip it. Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to put loyalty as earning, and any virtue XP that gets will spill over. First honesty, then wit. Oh boy, that took way too long. I hope that was somewhat helpful though, with the whole virtue XP rundown and stats. I don't know. I'm going to send the rest of those virtue XP things to my main character, which is going to be my warden. And we'll just make my warden as OP as possible with all these Valars. And then I have another thing. This is going to be gifted to the Valar item pack. We get a map to Rivendell. Wonderful. We get, oh, Dusk Nimblefoot Goat. Oh, apparently this character doesn't have writing, but I have Journeyman writing somewhere. This is stuff you would not get from the Valar. We're moving into that thing, but yeah, Dusk Nimblefoot Goat. I did not know that was a thing for the level 50 Valar, so that is a good thing that it gives you a goat. That helps you get into Prepared for Moria. Available in the LOTRO store or level 50 Valar. But back to the Valar stuff and getting my character leveled up to 50, we still have to set up the skill bar. Okay, so next ballad will go there. We'll go ahead and go into War Speech. I know that's the stance I'll want to be in. I have another bubble, so that's another heal type thing I'll put over there. This is a random, I'll put that in the middle, some of my more random stuff. A heal can go down there. This is going to be a res. We'll just move this out of the way for now. This is a middle somewhere skill, and another heal dissonant strike. I'll do control F2 maybe? Control 1? I don't know what that. Here's a fear. This is going to be, I think it makes some Song of Distraction. Not detect you. Okay, move some good abilities to my first row. Some more heals over there. Here's Melody Stance, put it right in the middle. Most important ability, Dissonant Cry. I'll put Call to Fate at 1 though, because I'm a little bit weird with that. Move Coda to probably Shift 4 and have Shift 5 be Cry of the Chorus for Dissonance. And then we'll put Call a Second H down there, any anthems down here as well, and I can organize my heals a little bit better. So Fellowship's Heart, that's one I'm probably not going to use. Fellowship heals in general, not going to use. Bubble, I believe this bubble, yes, it can apply to yourself, and so can this bubble. So these are 2 bubbles I can apply to myself. Maybe I'll even put them down here. And then I'll put my heals. We have Bolster Courage and Raise My Spirit. And then we have the instant heal with Court of Salvation, which is very powerful because it is immediate. So the benefit of an immediate skill is, oh, that's going to have a long cooldown. But Call of the Second Age has like a fairly long animation. I think it's been sped up. But has a fairly long animation, and using an immediate skill cancels the animation. We can do Bolster Courage, so that ending phase there sort of canceled for me using Court of Salvation. Wrong button. Just want regular J. So, speccing into the red line, which is what I'm going to be doing on my Minstrel, I'll go ahead and get all the good stuff. If anybody is curious on my choices here, we got Concussive Shout. I think that is the most important first trait, then a whole bunch of crit chance. Would rather that than Ballad and Coda damage, especially because calls and cries are going to be our main source of damage. And then the next one, as I mentioned, calls and cries are our main source of damage, and 5% damage is better than 1% extra crit. So I'll go ahead and start putting points in that. Then we have 4 points in that. And then we can get ballads have a chance to increase your damage up to 25%. So every time you use a ballad, you get 5% damage buff. So it kind of makes, after using ballads, you will have 5% damage, but you have to get 3 trait points in that first. And I think I'd rather call up a roam and call targets and damage. And then after that, could actually get morale. That's a decent bit of morale, especially relative to what this character has. If you want more survivability, I definitely recommend Enduring Morale, but we'll continue going Glass Cannon. Let's see. If I put 1 point in that, if I put 1 point in that, then I can get Anthem of War. Ooh, light type damage, definitely would want that. Wondering if I should get Valid and Coda damage. I'd rather just get that than 1 point in that. I'd rather try to get all 3 of these points at once. And then we'll get 4 in this. And then probably after that, actually. So I have enough trait points to do this, but if you're just leveling a Minstrel, you might, I don't know, might want to do this differently, might not, but wait. Oops, I totally messed that up. I didn't see I only put 4 points in that. Okay. Yeah, so at this point is when I would start working on emboldening finish, I think. And yes, we have a cat. Cat number 2. Number 2, but not ranked number 2. As far as I'm concerned, they're both ranked number 1. She's just the one you all don't see as much. It's also hard to not pay attention or get distracted by the cats when I just look over and see, I have a camera point at them and I could see her staring at me on it. So yeah, this character is level 50. Looks like he's level 5 and ready to go. Ready to start Walls of Moria. Let's see, I am fully... Wow, you get a lot of the main abilities for Minstrel at higher level. Like, I still don't even have 2 of my Cry's calls. I guess these are Cry's, but Cry of the Valar and Cry of the Wizards. 2 important abilities. And we, of course, don't have all this stuff yet, even. But... oh, we did get... yeah, we got Anthem. Got my 2 Anthems here. I actually don't know where I put my Coda. Probably at 8. Because I think at higher levels you would get, or I would get, just to have it, Anthem of Composure. Yes, it is nighttime here on Anor. I don't know, maybe it is synced up for all the servers, I don't know. If it's evening time on all other servers, maybe it is. Alright, not sure they want to see that part of you, cat. All their toys are on the ground. Can you all see? I don't know what better to do than cat playtime right now. I guess this one's okay. Oh, afternoon on Landfall, nighttime on Lorelyn. Okay. I think you all can see that. Oh, is that my toe? This toe. I was wondering what that was. Lasers are fun. I try sometimes to act like I'm throwing it. Wait, you just say the word dot and your cats will Look for the loser. Oh. I sometimes try to get them up the tree, but they... I don't know. You might be able to see... Oh, my head's blocking the way. Oops. You might be able to see where the cat tree is, like... Oh, right there. I tore it up a bit. Blocking the way again. Usually they get tired of it by now. Like, yeah, they usually just get bored of it. The other cat's not even here. 1 second. Oh, I forgot I'm on my camera for me. Trying new stuff on the stream. What could go wrong? Let's see. What does that look like? Oh, that's like staring at the cat bed. Okay. I think if I unplug this, it will totally mess it up. So I'm going to try to do this without unplugging it. But this is as far as the wire stretches, which is like right in the cat bed again. So I think if I go back here, you still can't really see that. Wait. I was hoping this would give, I don't even know if that will stay, but I was hoping this would give a better view. Oh, there we go. But the reason I had to move that camera in the first place is I still use cat treat box as the stand. I hope y'all really don't mind this complete cat takeover. But this is one good way to get them exercise is I just throw the treats and they chase it. Usually the big one, Piper, will bully for the treats. She'll sometimes eat them out of my hand. Toad keeps walking the way. She didn't see it. I think they got them all. Y'all can also see all their cat toys. They were, one of them, it's either last night or 2 nights ago, but one of them was carrying these ones. I don't know if y'all can hear, but they rattle. One of them kept rattling, I guess batting one of them, and it kept rattling. Oops. Now they're just staring at me. I don't know what they're doing anymore. I think this will go down. Okay, I'll give them a couple more treats. She likes that noise. This one, this treat's funky shaped. She is so weird sometimes. She just stopped and never ate the treat. Ow. I really don't get it. I don't know. Let's see. I think wow, there's a lot of cold air near the window. But I think I'll go ahead and go back to LOTRO now. So the little cat, Lexi, the skinny one, that's why I call her the little one. She just like, she's not a pig, unlike the relatively fat cat, Piper. And I guess she's just had enough treats. She won't eat anymore. So, yeah, cat break. That's probably what I would have done after the stream anyway. I might still play with them more. Don't have their string toy here. But they like that one as well. Anyway, I think we can get back to LOTRO. Maybe. Oh, other cat found treats right there. I totally forgot what I was doing in this now. I say as I'm yawning. I still wanted to do the 120 Valor on my Beorning, didn't I? Oh. Okay, I think that is what's... I think that is what is coming up next. Okay, so Bella, your character. I'm glad you all like that cat part. It's a little bit worried because we just totally got off LOTRO there, but the character can't log into them or you're stuck in loading limbo. That's right. So yeah, I don't know the way to get out of that. Perhaps submitting a ticket to customer support when I heard at least. Oh, you all see the kinship? Wait, you all see the kinship chat? Oh, yeah, that's because that character is not set up. Okay. That's totally fine that you all see it. The only reason I've mentioned this a lot by now, but for people that haven't heard it, the reason I have the kinship chat hidden is just for general privacy at kinship members. What, like if they type something in kin chat that's even relatively personal or whatever and don't want it broadcast to everybody that might happen to watch this. Yeah, that's why I have it typically hidden. If I don't have before I had the cat cam, I have had LOTRO blurred in the corner, and you all might see that in random gameplay footage where I don't have a camera there, like it is here. Right now it's just our kinship message of the day, but that's why I have the chat box down there hidden or blurred, and then it's just nicely hidden by the cat cam, which is very convenient, which is that one. Oh, there are cat there. You can really see all the... I feel like it's kind of weird, but in the camera, it really looks like I have a mess of blankets on my bed, but it looks a whole lot neater in real life, but that's just the way it is. But the cats like having piles of blankets there, and I do for at night to not get cold. Oh, this character's inventory. Oh, I didn't realize there was one that was actually worse than my... Like, a lot worse than my Guardians, even. The good news is a lot of this gear, while it's very nice gear, and a lot of it's, yeah, quite nice, it's level 100, so I have no reason to keep it. So there's a whole lot of stuff I can just quickly sell, because if I'm boosting him to 120, there's no need for me to keep the 100 level gear. So we'll just, with one fell swoop, I think that's a term, that's a phrase people use, Braun Wekathel, that is a wonderful name for an axe, we will get rid of all of it. Just quickly locking anything that I don't care about that. Well, maybe I do, but actually, yeah, I don't. Oh, those are probably Inadwaith items if I had to guess. But yeah, we'll get rid of all this junk. This is hopefully going to be a really satisfying sell all that I will be doing in a moment. First, I do want to go to the thingy. Oh yeah, so with characters getting stuck in loading limbo, what I've sometimes been able to do successfully is just log into a different character and then log into the stuck character. That doesn't... I've heard that doesn't always work for everybody, at least right away, so maybe it will resolve itself in a day or two. Hello, cat. Oh yeah, my dryer. If y'all have heard background noise, that might have been my dryer, because I unfortunately do need to do laundry sometimes. Which means I do have that stuff running, and sometimes during streams, but I'm just going to turn that off real quick because it does the anti-wrinkle, keeps on spinning. I don't really want that right now. This is a really random thought, but I have really grown to like sweatpants. I used to never wear like heavier sweatpants, but I discovered a love for them back in, actually don't even know when, but a couple of years ago maybe. Boar dismount. Huh, do I have a boar on this character? I do. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was going to try to get out of Wanderlust. Oh no, I have pending loot apparently. It's all about to be destroyed. Gotta save those precious silvers and whatever else is in there. I think all this stuff is good to sell it all, but I did want to double check. That's why I didn't just hit sell all right away. Okay, I think the rest of this stuff, maybe I'll save the barrel shard. Good to sell. Oh. I hope that was almost as satisfying for y'all as it was for me. That's a really clean inventory for one of my characters, especially one that's above level 5 like my Minstrel originally was. Dangerous, what? Oh, this character was kind of funny, but some of y'all might remember this character was level 65. He is level 65, and he was in Vales of Anduin up on the top of one of the eagle areas. I forget, I think it was the place with multiple eagles, actually. In the Vales of Anduin. I was up there. I traveled, like my character actually traveled from, what was it? Misty Mountains, I think. That one I've been there. Misty Mountains, traveled and got there. So that was pretty fun. Actually, I think I had to go a slightly different path to do that. I think what happened was I actually ended up causing troubles with aggroing mobs because we were doing a chicken run, so I switched to my warden, but then I went to my Beorning house and then went there from the safe side essentially. Okay, it'd be really fun to ride the boar mount as a bear, but unfortunately you can't ride mounts as a bear. Okay, let's see, the dismount animation while moving. Okay, that's pretty normal to me. And then not moving. Or dismount. That seems fairly normal to me. See what it looks like compared to the horse dismount. Because he kicks his, leg up, gets down. Anyway, what does this character need? 120 Valor. Oh, a little spooky. There's a stare down going on with my cats. Y'all might notice in some videos, I honestly don't always notice this when I'm recording, but I'll go back and do editing for my videos and then I just see the cats running around doing stuff and it's kind of weird, but yeah, sometimes they will just be chasing each other. I don't know if it's me talking and they just like decide it's time to chase. Oh, so your characters do something different with the boar dismount. I wonder if it's by race. Maybe like if you're on a little boar or a big boar or a medium-sized boar, which is what race of man would be. So yeah, potentially gender, male versus female, and hobbit versus dwarf versus elf versus man versus variants of those. Okay, so I think I sent the 120 Valor. This is actually a slight concern that I don't have it. Okay, there it is. Good. In my mailbox. So 120 Valor. I believe we are ready. This character is, after selling, he's fairly organized compared to all my others. Just don't mind like the 5.5 rows of inventory slots taken up. Okay, so we got the actual level boost. We got Valar items pack. Yeah, let's go ahead and use the level boost. I think that's always the first step. And it looks like for the 120 Valar, it will also take you where you need to go, because the first person you'll want to talk to get onto 120 plus content is Gandalf and do the Shades in the Swamp. I am on a Nor, very low population server. And yeah, the Shades in the Swamp will take you to the Black Book of Mordor chapter 11, book 11. And that is what will, I guess it's technically chapter 11, and then there's a bunch of dots for the chapter. But yeah, it'll get you on the Black Book of Mordor chapter 11, which is Mordor Besieged, which is the Minas Morgul content, which is level 120 to 130. So that will set you up for this and get you ready for that, but you do have to do the Shades in the Swamp interlude first. So I'll go ahead and accept that, and just like with my Guardian, I'm going to filter all the low-level quests that I don't want to do on this character. Again, if you want to do them, you totally can. You can accept all these, go to all these places and the such, but for my character, I am going to... Oh, people are talking about me in Arkenstone? Yeah, while I do play on Arkenstone, I am not on Arkenstone right now and have not been on there in a long time. About 4 months and 10 days, I think, is what we, or at least what I decided. Legendary Isengard. 5 quests and instances to aid those in Isengard. I could be a Legend of Isengard if I do that, though. Oh, well. Oh, this one I actually do want. That's why it's good to pay attention. Hopefully that, yeah, that one doesn't automatically port you. State of the Expedition, almost. Loaves of barley bread. I forget, but these are important for something, and I don't know what they're important for. But there's some quest maybe or something where these actually come in handy. Like there's a reason you get these loaves of barley bread, but I just honestly don't remember exactly what it is. Looks like anniversary gift box. Yeah, that'll give me some fireworks. Here, we can set the fireworks off. Seems like a perfectly normal place for a fireworks show. I mean, it's right in front of Gandalf. He loves fireworks, right? Don't mind that they just totally shot through the roof somehow. That's also perfectly normal. Hello, Marina. Doing pretty good. And Salmon Fire, you said they... Oh, on Arkenstone, they mentioned me in a go-to source for information. That's good. I actually don't see... Sometimes I'll see people mention me in World Chat, and it's a little bit weird. It has happened more often on Arkenstone, but I've had it on a Nor, and I've had it when I'm on my Warden on a Nor, which is sort of a in disguise type character name because it's Melrethel, and that's like totally unrelated to a lot of my character names. But that's just because that's what I decided like 10 years ago or whatever. Actually, over 10 years ago. That's what I decided to name my... It does look like there's a tiny hole in the roof, so that's not... Actually, I don't know what's going on with that hole in the roof, but... Yeah, maybe there was a little tiny gap for the fireworks to go through. Oh, I looked at the cat. What did I do? Actually, I have no idea why I left. Oh, this is a Beorning thing. Good to be home. That's a Beorning only quest. And I get to give bear hugs to a bunch of people, which is neat. It doesn't say bear hug, but we all know you should actually do it in bear form. Okay, so I wanted to shoot off the fireworks. I guess it's better than selling them. We're celebrating 15th anniversary. That wasn't a bad firework. Oh, they have a long cooldown though. You know, I think Gandalf would be disappointed in those long cooldowns. Don't need to go back in. If I were to do the interludes Shades in the Swamp, that would be this, and then help him with some stuff. I wouldn't doubt even on an ore there are a few people use. Well, I know a few people that have used the 120 Valars, but perhaps a decent amount of people using 120 Valars here. Got a whole bunch of character portraits, so go ahead and use those. Mounted combat. This character was not up to mounted combat. I already have Seeker of the Deep Places, so don't need that. If you didn't have Seeker of the Deep Places, you would. Okay, so we have starts. Can you? Oh, bounty character. Okay, so we'll do that. Starts quest virtues. We'll finish that, and that lets me open the coffer. Now, the items in the coffer are bound to account, so as you have seen, I've sent a lot of these to my warden. Speaking of virtues, though, this character, he actually has some decent virtues, and there's a real reason I went with honor. I'm not sure if I would quite keep that up. I actually went with a lot of defensive virtues, but that's because this character was primarily a tank, and these were really helpful at, I think, in lower level content, like some of the highest levels in in-game content. Tactical mitigation can be very valuable from virtues. So for things like Moria content, Ingmar content, and especially for the future, I remember level 65 stuff, yeah, Mirkwood stuff, tactical mitigation was extremely helpful with some of that stuff. Now we did, this character, to go way back, he was a part of a like low level progression group in my kin where we raised our group's level cap and used Stone of the Tortoise, the XP disabler pocket item, to prevent our XP from going up to stay at that level cap. We would do that for certain content, eventually getting up to Ingmar instances, level 50 cap in raids, and we did a bunch of that. Then we did Moria, and then after Moria, group's kind of been abandoned for over a year now, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. It was kind of around January last year, December 2020, I think, that we stopped playing like as much. Those were fun times, but it just seemed like there wasn't much drive to continue that group past that. My hands really are getting cold though. Like that's I talked about this probably a decent amount this winter, but that's the one thing. And yes, where I am, it still unfortunately feels like it's winter. I realize it's supposed to be springtime, but it is essentially still winter for me at this point. But yeah, like the rest of my body can be completely fine in colder temperatures and even more comfortable, but then my hands just get cold. And my feet, but they're not too bad at this particular moment. Anyway, we can get back onto the Valor. That's one problem with it being so late. I'm just easily distractible. Rohana waits. I don't think so. Valor weapon pack, Valor armor pack 120. Oh, lump of butter. That was the other thing. I think there is something around here, around this general area, that you will need these items for, and that's why you get them out of the 120 Valor. So I will save them. Oh, and we have more fireworks. Elf fireworks. Honestly, don't expect too much from elf fireworks, but let's see. Well, they went behind the tree, so that's not great. Valar. Oh yeah, so virtues. Let's go ahead and do virtues while I'm on virtues. Definitely would do loyalty first. Should I do it? No, I should not do a big 30,000. Let's here, let's unequip everything. I'll slot loyalty. Thing is, if I use this character as a tank and I don't DPS much on him, do I really want physical mastery? And if I use him as a healer, Zeal can actually be a not horrible option if I remember correctly. Let's see. What does might give? Yeah, it can be a not horrible option, which is kind of unusual, but it's still not a good option. It's still, and might as a stat is still inefficient, but Zeal has a little bit more merit to it for a Beorning, or a captain for that matter, compared to something like a champion or warden or hunter. Well, hunter obviously wouldn't want Zeal, and warden would prefer determination, but as a primary stat. Oh, you haven't been able to see fireworks? Can't see fireworks. Too many people in the game that they just don't let you see fireworks anymore. In case y'all are missing fireworks, I can try to make sure I light these if you need a fireworks fix. The Zalker, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Not only are you staying up what sounds like very late for you to join this stream, and you're one of my very few moderators, but with the Mithril tier, that is pretty crazy. That is the highest tier I offer, and the reason it is the Mithril tier is because in the Lord of the Rings, the way I would rank the items that I am aware of, like these precious metals maybe is what you'd call them. I don't know if copper is that precious, but you start with copper, and then you go to silver, and then you go to gold, and in other things you might think platinum is next, but we go with mithril. And it also helps that I'm in the kinship, the Mithril League, so Mithril's like our big thing here. If you're wondering, somebody else gave a super chat earlier. That was Vegas Sims, I believe. Yes, it was. If Vegas Sims is still here, I think they were in chat recently. They actually asked a question, which I totally missed, so sorry about that question. Vegas, real quick to get to your question, Seeker of the Deep Places is something you have to do, and that is something you get from doing the legendary items intro for Moria. So when you get your legendary items and complete those quests involved with the Walls of Moria, right before Moria, you get Seeker of the Deep Places, which is a sort of trait for your character, like a passive trait type thing is the way you can consider. I think in the passives it would be here, Seeker of the Deep Places, miscellaneous passive skills, and it just says you may now explore the ancient halls of Moria, but more so, you unlock like all the legendary item stuff. You can use heritage runes and that sort of stuff. With the old system, it just meant you could use allies, but yeah. And yeah, if y'all are wondering what that support funds go to, I am currently saving up one for a desk upgrade. I think I mentioned this, but it's hard to believe, but I am expecting to be moving in a couple months. I'll be back to Eastern time then, but I expect to be moving in a couple-ish months. And looking to upgrade my desk during that. And potentially, I've been thinking about a monitor upgrade. My monitor is nice, but there's interest in going to 4K, especially for, what's it called? I don't even know. But for doing like stuff like editing videos, thumbnails, all that sort of stuff, general workflow stuff, I think it could be helpful. And just nice to have a 4K monitor. I mean, that's a nice benefit of a 4K monitor, is the display itself for games. That's one reason I play on high graphics in LOTRO, even if I might in some situations be able to lower the graphics and improve my performance. Like if my FPS dips down to 40 something like it does in some areas in the game, even if my CPU and GPU aren't fully utilized and all that sort of stuff. Like right here, I'm in the 40s to 50s. I think there are some things in the graphics settings I could lower to improve that, although in some situations I have noticed that sometimes lowering the settings still won't improve hitching and stuff like that. But one reason I don't do that too much is in a game like LOTRO or in an MMO where FPS is, it matters to an extent, but where the visuals I think are more important than having necessarily like a full 60 FPS. Yeah, I forgot my whole point, but basically it goes along with that. Yeah, shadows used to be a big thing for me when back in the day on older hardware that I had. Shadows were always a big impact. I don't know right now if we actually go back there and be interesting to see what effects shadows have. So right now we're solidly in the 40s, occasionally going up to 50s, and then it went to 60 for a moment there. But let's see, we'll go to shadow settings in advanced graphics and just see how much it impacts it here. I'll just turn landscape shadows off. That feels a little bit smoother, but the FPS is still low. So I'll turn that back to high. How about stencil shadows? I don't even see much difference, but that is, yeah, that's basically the same. Okay, how about dynamic? DX10 dynamic shadows. I remember that one being a big hog. My FPS actually went down to 30s. What? That doesn't make sense, does it? My FPS went lower by disabling that? Yeah, that is so weird. Let's try that again. You all might not be able to see the FPS counter that well, but my FPS actually goes down when I disable dynamic shadows. Huh. Use dynamic shadow maps in outdoor environments. Maybe the dynamic shadow maps just mean better performance? If I turn them to high, I don't notice much of a FPS difference between high and very high, but I actually get... That's just weird to me. Oh, DX10 ambient occlusions. That was... Notice the visual quality changed immediately, but I don't know, performance-wise. So yeah, something, I just think it's interesting, though, that shadows definitely impacted me on, like, if you have older hardware or even newer, but I guess not as fast. I don't want to say it's just, like, worse, but... Yeah, if you do have that, potentially turning shadows down could help, but for me, it doesn't play with viewers. I could play with viewers, but I find it to be hard in LOTRO because a lot of people are like either at different parts in the game or on a different server, especially since I'm often on a nowhere. I have occasionally played with viewers, but like, there's a viewer that I know that's in a kinship, the kinship I'm in on Arkansas, and he's actually how I got in that kinship, but I haven't played with them in a while, and I've just found it hard. Unlike a game, I think World of Warcraft might actually be a decent example, or those games with scaling, other games with scaling, like maybe Final Fantasy 14. I remember I wanted to play Final Fantasy 14 earlier this year, get back to that, but with the expansion it had, you were not able to play with a free account, and I just wasn't quite ready to spend money on the game. That was kind of funny. The game was so popular, they had to disable people from playing free accounts at least. Uh-oh, something wrong? Oh, no, I thought maybe I was muted when the soccer said Louis question mark. Like my mind immediately went to me being muted, but you had a question there. How can you get on the Discord role for members? That is a good question. I should set it up to where it's automatic, but I've just manually been doing it. So I can quickly move you up a role. I need to... Again, I think there are ways you can set it up to do that automatically. Like if you link your YouTube account to your Discord account, there's probably a bot that can do that. But yeah, either an admin or I can do that. Wow, I can give you the Louis 7 role. How do you even give? I don't know. But yeah, if anybody is curious, I do have a link to my Discord. It's been relatively active. I admit I have not been doing a great job with it. Some people have been very helpful in getting it set up into where it is today, but yeah, that is linked in the description for anybody curious. Yeah, Final Fantasy 14, I also wasn't able to get too connected with the world, and that's something I've heard a lot about it, is its story, especially, this is one of the problems, especially with the expansion content after, like, the base game, and I only got level 15 or something, so I didn't really get to any expansion content, and the story just wasn't really enthralling to me, and even the game world, unlike something like LOTRO, or to go with World of Warcraft as an example, the game world didn't really hook me in. That is one thing, though. If I go to Guild Wars 2, that is a game you all might know that I don't like. But I didn't think the world building was, like, bad with the game or anything. It's something I don't think it stood out, but there were definitely some parts of it I liked, in short. And New World, I forget about New World, which probably tells you what I think about it now, but... I like that game to start for the first 30 to 35 levels. First Guild Wars I liked a lot more than Guild Wars 2. I don't know if I could ever go back to playing Guild Wars, the original, again. Okay, let's get the trait points. The 120 Valor, I would guess people are relatively familiar with compared to the like level 105 or level 50 Valor. Just because I think it's been probably the most popular Valor, and I think the best Valor in the game until the 130 Valor was introduced, of course, because that one's higher level. But yeah, the 120 Valor is pretty good, and I know I've covered it on my channel before. And it looks like it does give more legendary item stuff. It says 4 level, so traceries and enhancement runes 4 level 120. So it'll give you 116 items. I am not on Arkenstone right now, I am on a Nor. And the Daniel Panama, you are wondering if oh yeah, you got level 40 Dwarf Hunter and you got Valor Boost. If you do use it, do you miss on the game skipping all those levels? And as Harvane said, you can go back and do all the older, lower level content, but you'll be just way over leveled compared to what you were. Some people actually like that. I personally would not like that, but some people do. I don't know for you if you would like that or not. Another option that I would really recommend for people is to consider making an alt to use the Valor Boost on. And then if you're interested in high-level content or in-game content, you can do that on the alt that is Valor boosted, and then do like whatever your main character or whatever you are going through on your characters. Just continue doing that. But I understand also some people don't like that and don't like alts, which is definitely a weird concept to me. Okay, so this one gives heraldries, this one gives word of power, tracer selection, this one gives word of craft. Word of craft. So word of craft are the stat tracer. No. Word of power are the stat tracers? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But you get stat tracers, roll tracers, heraldries, and probably clash tracers somewhere here. Clash tracers would be word of mastery. There's a word of mastery. Wow. I have a lot of blink lines there. Like, I actually like blink lines in text just from a visual perspective, but 3 blink lines is a bit of a lot. Anyway, what was I doing? Legendary item box. Oh, that one gives ancient scripts. Oh, and it gives all the other boxes again. So you get 2 of those, basically 1 for each LI, I'm guessing is what it's supposed to be. Like, neat. Legendary item box. I believe this character has an LI, and his LI, I don't know, Beorning's a tough one because I love dual wielding on Beorning. But the reality is, for damage, two-handed is better. So one thing I could do is set up a LI both one-handed and two-hander, and I'd have one for tank, one for DPS. But yeah, it's something that I prefer dual wield when I'm in man form, but of course two-handed is way better for bear form. And then the reason, for people that don't know, the reason why you might want to consider dual wielding for tanking and healing, but especially healing, is you can just get more stats with an offhand, and the damage matters a little bit less. And it's similar for tanking, but one little bit of a concern is that with a two-hander, you can draw more aggro just from doing more damage. But in my experience, also, the animations with two-handed weapons in man form are slower. So I haven't actually measured this. That's fully subjective, just based on feels. But if that is the case, you could perhaps attack faster, use more abilities, which would be more important dual wielding, in man form at least, in the blue line. And that would be another benefit for yellow line. So yeah, this character is, I don't know, it's kind of weird what I actually want to do with his LIs. But those are the consideration for this character. It's almost like the whole Virtue XP thing that we went over earlier, but instead of virtues, it is with the legendary items. But you know, if I really like dual wield more, I should get dual wield, but then at the same time, my thought is I like doing more damage, so I should go two-hander. And I think as far as two-hander for yellow and blue, it's not as much of a drawback as dual wielding is for red line. So from an overall perspective, I think going, if you just wanted one LI for all three specs, I think two-hander would be better. So yeah, lots to consider once again, but that is all the stuff people, if you really want to dive into it, some of the things you would have to consider if you're relatively new to the game, you're not familiar with all the legendary items and that sort of stuff. It's the type of considerations you should, at least, or may want to think about. Yeah, we'll see. Valar armor pack, we can go ahead and get all my fancy armor. I don't think all those properly equipped. It's a little bit sad for this character to get Valor boosted just because he was built so well from the ground up to 65 and was part of the Luby leveling group, but that is the way it is. And I think, I mean, there's a reason I chose him to use the Valor on. I think it will be fun to have a Beorning up here. As much as I dislike the red line and think it's so close, it's a frustrating spec because I feel like it's so close to being extremely fun, but it is just not there. And while being close to extremely fun, it's like not very fun, is how I personally feel about it, at least. I've made, if you're really interested in it, I've made videos on that. Oh yeah, people's fireworks. We will do, I feel like dwarfs could have good fireworks. Let's see. I think these are all the same fireworks, but different color. The dwarf ones were kind of nice. They did actually seem to be a little bit different, fairly unique. But what I was going to do was sell. If I can find my town services, I'm going to sell. Don't want to sell the hero stuff yet. I'll lock the fireworks so I can use those. We'll go ahead and, yeah, lock all the hero stuff. Lock all the enhancement runes. Kuguru. Don't need that anymore. Oh, I have a bunch of old LIs on this character. So I can actually appraise these once I get level 121. That is the max level. Well, 1/3. There's no max level for appraising the items, but the max level range is the 121 to 140, which is for the 130 cap. So level 121 is the best time to go ahead and appraise all your old stuff, so you can get the most benefit out of it, essentially. So that's what I'm going to appraise this character's LIs, I think. We still have Valor item pack, and I don't have enough inventory slots for that. I can apparently cannot destroy that. Let's destroy that, destroy that. Darude Stone. Guess I don't need that. I can always reclaim it if I need it for some odd reason. Tome of Tracking. Never need that until you do, and then once you do, it's nowhere to be found. Equip that, but I'm probably going to get some XP boosters for this character at some point. Okay, can I open Valar stuff? Okay, we got Archive of Traceries. Same thing with this character. I know a lot of this stuff is for level 120, so it's like 116 to 125, but I might not even visit. Actually, I should visit the Archive of Traceries before 121, so never mind. I'll probably just revisit the Archive of Traceries at 120. But that would be my next step for this character. Go to the Archive of Traceries, get all that sort of stuff settled. As a Beorning, I have a return to Beorning Husk, return to Grim Beorn's Lodge, so I don't really have to worry about setting my milestone here. But if you were a different class, and you just used a 120 Valor, and then went to the Archive of Traceries, I would recommend setting your milestone here so you could quickly get back here fairly easily. Otherwise, I don't remember if you can swift travel here directly from South Bree. You might have to do a couple bounce arounds. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get my vault, because I'll put a bunch of stuff there and can destroy all those things or sell them. Character stuck. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, I can go ahead and, wow, I have a lot of maps, but I can, oops. I think start putting cosmetics. Maybe I'll do cosmetics in chest 9. Definitely want to equip that. I'll go ahead and put this stuff in chest 9 as well. Hero's Ring, definitely want the second one of that equipped. Now I think I have all the new items equipped. This is all Valar gear. Of course you don't get a pocket item, which is a bit odd. Tome of the Fox. Oh, that requires Lore Master. And I already have that on my Lore Master. The Zocker, it is morning time for you. 5:45 a.m. That is, I guess, late from your perspective. Oh, you say you are still good. I thought, before I read that message, I thought you were saying that it's time for you to finally go. And then the Nightingale. Nightingale? Nightingale. Oh, I feel like I've heard it both ways, but I'm not sure I have. Nightingale. Anyway, you asked if they frown on mule accounts, and I actually have no idea. I think some people get annoyed, especially at like Lore Masters multi-boxing with that. I don't know about from Standing Stone Games perspective though. So yeah, if you do like multiple accounts, you might play it more, so it pays off more. I honestly have multiple accounts of LOTRO, but I really only play one. I made, yeah, that's what I'm getting confused on. Nightingale, the bird. I forget if it's would that be like a soft G versus a hard G? Basically, if it's Nightingale versus Nightingale, I think it's Nightingale after saying it multiple times. But anyway, yeah, that's the thing with multiple accounts is I've only used them for specific videos like the coupon codes, and I actually just made a new account earlier today. Gale, not jail. Okay, that's what I was getting to. But I am planning on, I guess I still could. I wanted to get a character out of the intro on a brand new account, and there's a specific reason for a specific video that I'm going to be working on. That video would probably be at this rate. Wednesday or Thursday? Probably Thursday. Probably Thursday, but maybe Wednesday at the earliest. That's the thing, it's like already Monday, and Tuesday is typically a busy till fairly late day, and then Wednesday would be like just another potential stream day, but I don't necessarily have to. But that would really only leave Tuesday for me to work on the video. But anyway, yeah. So the Daniel Panama, you said you're in Gladden server and it's new player friendly. That's good. I actually don't know with Gladden. I have heard or know of a couple people that are there and have said they like it. I haven't heard much negative about Gladden, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm honestly not really sure. Okay, cosmetics. Did I need to open something? I forgot what. Was I just clearing my inventory out to get the LI stuff like the Heraldry selection box, which is quite fancy. I'll probably get the of the Ox, I think is the one with more vitality. That's what I'd even get for a DPS. So I'll get one of those and then I'll get another one of those. For members, it's early released. Oh, it should be. I've done a couple guides early release for members, but I found it to be annoying. And usually I just upload my videos when or often I'll end up just publishing them when I upload them anyway. But sometimes I'll actually schedule them out. But the reason it's a bit tough to do members early access videos is because I will have to make sure I get on YouTube and go directly for member only to publish, because if I change it to private, members can't watch it anymore. And if I unlist it, that means people can find the link from playlists or whatever and probably get to it, which isn't the biggest deal, but it kind of negates the whole members early access thing. And yeah, I have to make sure I'm actually on to switch it over. Otherwise, if I make it private, that means it's just like unwatchable by anybody until it is scheduled for release. Vegas, thank you for joining the stream. I hope you have a good night. Oh, you're going to hop on LOTRO yourself. Well, I hope you have a good time on LOTRO then. I am slowly, very slowly, getting to finishing this Valor stuff. I got a couple Heraldries of the Ox, and I'm going to make sure I reforge. That's the first step. We'll get my honey carver and honey carving. And we are going to slot the Heraldry of Ox, and that'll be a huge stat boost. Same with this one. And I have a ton of enhancement runes. This is honestly quite a task. I don't plan to go through all of it today, but yeah, I think I'm ready to wrap up on this Beorning, actually. I think I can use 20 of the purple ones. That'll be nice. Well, I could set up to 2229, 2219. I think it was vitality, 500 more vitality. That is crazy. No, 2299, so like 580 more. But yeah. I think I should be wrapping up the stream. We've been here, hasn't even been that long since I started it a little bit late, but been almost 3 hours. And really all I have left is to go through all the LI boxes for this character. But before that, much before that, since that'll be on a totally different day, I am going to try to remember the username I used for my new account and try to remember the password I used for it. And, oh, that worked. I actually don't know what server I was thinking about doing Evernight. But it'd be nice to have, okay, it's going to be nice to have this stuff on Arkenstone, but what this account is going to be is it's going to be a free-to-play account. It's a brand new account. Oh, I forgot. You can actually stay logged in on multiple servers now, which used to not be the case, but I have done that successfully twice now, which is odd. All I'm getting now is a black screen though. But yeah, I totally forgot. Yes, this is a brand new free-to-play account that first time logging into it, and it's the 15th anniversary. So what I'm going to do after the stream, you'll have to wait for the video to get to this, but we're going to see all the stuff you get if you make a brand new account during the 15th anniversary. And it's going to be, the idea for the videos is going to be a mix of guide and a mix, oh wow, you can make a worded, that is awesome. But I want to make a lore master. You can make a high elf lore master as a brand new free-to-play account. That is crazy. Let's do that then. Hairstyle, I usually like, what is it, 3 or 4, the 2 I typically go with. I think I went with 4 with my new minstrel, so we'll do 3 with this guy. Oh, we can go dark brown, gray hair. I can make a... I usually don't go with gray hair. The only gray hair character I've done is my Beorning. We'll try a gray... I don't know, gray hair on a high elf. That just seems off to me. If I could do white hair, that would be interesting. Yeah, that just looks... That makes him look sickly pale. How about this one? Oh, Syrian. Syrian doesn't seem bad. It looks like Ear of the Wind type area, so... I don't know about gray hair. I'll try it, though. Don't want gray eyes, though. I think that's what's kind of freaking me out a bit, too. Can make him pinker, or I think that's like a little bit yellower. Or both. What about that one? I think it also looks extra pink / warm color, warm tinted because of the environment that they're in right now. Okay, head. I do know that head I think I like 7. Coincidentally, but it just looks way less angry. Eyebrows, I think 5 are okay. 6, 7 aren't bad either. I might go a 7 for this character. The number is also nice. Make him skinny. I typically in games, that's one of the reasons in World of Warcraft I always liked female characters, was because like the male characters were just way too big. And even in the middle for LOTRO, it seems like that's just big to me. So I always have to make them tiny. Question is, what do we want to name this character? We need like a free Louis. Freely? That ain't good. Louis? I could do Louis. For Louis free. Lore masters are definitely useful for group content. Oh, this is that's why I made sure that I made my Minstrel before I started the stream, the one we boosted to 50, because coming up with names, it's so hard for me. And this character's name doesn't really matter. I could even do him Lufree. But Freelu? I don't know, Freelu doesn't sound... It sounds not great, but it doesn't sound horrible, and I just want to get this character made at this point. And we'll log on Freelu. And the thing is, if you are just starting and you made a brand new account, you all might remember you have to get to level 2 to unlock all the 15th anniversary stuff. There are some things like the general monetization changes that it doesn't really matter about logging in 15th anniversary. I forgot this character was a high elf. I don't like the high elf intro. Oh no, and I don't have enough LOTRO points for the intro skip for the veteran status, since this is a free-to-play account. Oh, we can do the high elf intro. It has been a long time. I have done this intro once, and that was it. Oh boy. And hello, Lady Ponvar, if I didn't already say hello. Wow, every night 2 minutes for clicking on a box and it still hasn't opened. That's crazy. Speaking of, Arkansas's 737. Pretty decent. I would consider it quite good for the time that is. Hello, Nirago. I'd definitely consider this intro being worth 100 LOTRO points. Actually, I'm going to delete this character. This is a temporary account, so I don't really need a high elf lore master. I wanted lore master because they had their low level scaling corrected to match the other tactical classes, so I was interested in experiencing that. That was the like one thing that I really wanted to take advantage, like use the opportunity to do that. The only thing is elves, just the avatar update for them, it makes them look so angry to me. They look like goblins as well, but they just like constantly look angry. I actually forget the faces if they're any less angry or less goblin looking ones. But especially if you zoom out. Like, can you not have a happy health? I don't know, maybe 9? If anybody has a good recommendation for a face that looks less unhappy. There are a lot of options. More than a high elf at least. I don't know, 7? I don't know if the eyebrows affected that much, but maybe number 5 there. What about mouth? That's probably, yeah, just lips. Maybe I should go race a man. It's been a while since I've done a race a man lore master. I'm sorry for all these delays, but we're... oh, that's... yeah, I don't know about race of man lore master. Everything other than high elf is going to bother me in some form or another. But it's been a while since I've done the Archer intro, race of man intro, so... okay, all those heads just looked weird to me. For a lore master, I feel like they have to have long hair. Maybe I should just make a female. There's a reason I don't like making male characters. What about female elf? Okay, female elf looks okay still. I don't quite look like goblins to me. Except their eyebrows are a little bit, I don't know, go up a little bit odd shape. Let's see. I feel like I like the curve on 7 better, but I don't know. Wasn't too bad. 16. Maybe I'll go with 12. Avatar upgrade on graphics. I don't know about an avatar upgrade. Somebody mentioned, I think it was at Standing Stone Games. I think one of the developers mentioned they're working on an avatar update for some of them. I don't know when we might expect to see this. Wow, you can get really yellow skin there. I'll probably go a little bit that side. I don't know. But another thing with female characters, I know I've talked about this a lot, but one of the things that somebody in my kin once said, one of my kin's not actually in my current kin on Nor, but that they didn't like staring at least from a male's perspective, they didn't like staring at guys' butts all the time because that is what you are looking at when you are playing. But that is a good point. But yeah, in like World of Warcraft, I just didn't like the way males looked, and it's really, I think, extreme on the Draenei, both actually even for humans, but it's a little bit more extreme for Draenei. I don't know why I want that black hair, but it really doesn't matter. This is a very temporary character. Character does not have a name. She can be named Lufrey. I don't know. That sounds like a acceptable female name. I don't know. I don't think it's an acceptable name for anybody, but it is Lufrey. It almost sounds like it could be a name, actually. I just don't think it's a great name for my character, at least.
While visiting the refuge of Athelia.
Oh, did I do the new user tutorial? Oopsies. Well, it's been a long time since I've done this, so we'll see what that does. I forget what you have to do with it. And then somebody asked, yes, Cole, you asked why I don't stream on Twitch, and it's mainly because my audience is here on YouTube. I could try Twitch. But another thing is I also did, back in the day, try Twitch, and I just did not like it. And I also, from a viewer perspective, actually do not like Twitch. Speak with Master Teligan. Where's Master Teligan? Oh, never mind. We're going to spar with Master Teligan. Ooh, 8 damage. I wonder how much damage Wizard's Fire does. If I have nothing else to do, definitely worth mixing in. I think even more so than Gust of Wind.
There is no time to waste.
What was I going on about? Oh yeah, so with Twitch, I don't really like it from a viewer's perspective. So that is another like consideration outside the library. Oh, here's the door. Oh, this is not what I was thinking it was. Wow, this is shaped just like the Archive of Traceries, almost. Maybe not quite that either. We'll just get out of here. It's the refuge of Edhelion. Maybe it's actually its own place. Oh yeah, you have to do all this stuff in the new user tutorial. I forgot about that. Wonder why people are wanting to do sword halls 120 plus. Is there like an influx of level 120 players for some reason? Oh, I thought it said follow Edhelion. It's Edhelbin we're following. But yeah, those are just the factors and why I don't stream on Twitch. But one reason I could consider trying to stream on Twitch again is one for little short streams that just don't have much going on with them, but there are some features that are not new but relatively new-ish since I started streaming on YouTube for the first time that would make it not quite as bad. Oh, do we go left before we go right? This game is gonna really think I need the new user tutorial at this rate. We cannot tarry here. For once, an NPC is actually right in telling me that. See, I was trying to go that way the whole time, though. There was a reason I wanted to go that way. But yeah, one reason I could consider, another reason, bigger reason, is if I did YouTube full time and I made a video every day, that would be a big part of it. If I made a video every day, perhaps not clogging my channels with streams would be a good thing, but then I could even just make another channel specifically for streaming. I also could unlist all of my streams after they are finished, and one benefit of that is if I unlisted my streams is it would not clog your all's YouTube feed with the streams when I'm not live, but you would still be able to watch them because I have a playlist with all my streams and it is accessible. You just have to seek it out a bit more. One reason I do not do that right now is because my streams actually get a decent bit of views after they are live, and I think unlisting it probably would affect that quite a bit. Especially some of my bigger streams, like if I'm doing, say, for example, Update 33 content, like I did in my last stream, and I'm sort of doing now. This is more 15th anniversary stuff with the Valars, and we're testing the free gifts on this character. So was I still going on with Twitch and YouTube? I think I was, but I totally lost my train of thought there. Got distracted, I think, by the game. Because yes, there is a game going on. Oh yeah, so we're trying to get the, for popular streams. Yeah, it would be a little bit awkward for some of those, like one that I'm doing now, where I doing 10. Well, it's been super scattered in the late parts, especially. I really am hoping this video will be helpful with people getting settled with Valars, in particular the 105 Valar. I feel like that was my best effort with that. There are about 50 to 100 viewers for LOTRO. Yeah, I do wonder how I would do, because while I say I have my audiences here on YouTube, it might be relatively easy at this point to get a jump start on Twitch. And it would be easier, I think, easier to do content other than LOTRO. I don't know if it would necessarily be better, but like if I, for example, just randomly wanted to stream a Minecraft, which has been a game I've been a bit in the mood for lately. I think I did one stream of that and had about 10 to 30 viewers here on YouTube. It was my only stream of it recently, and I don't think that would do good at all on Twitch. It could, I don't know. But yeah, that is one thing. I think it would be easier to just do a random game like that on Twitch, but I don't know if it would be any better to do that. I feel like with all that I have done with like recreating characters and all that, I've just taken more time to get through the intro than I would have if I just went with it with High Elf, but maybe that'll tell you how much I don't like the High Elf intro. And we're also going to do this in a very cluttered way, specifically for like preparation for the video, so that's something that will be covered. Server is busy. That is my perspective, not running into that issue. That is a wonderful error message to run into. Same in Fire, you did not get into your character on Evernight. You are stuck on loading screen and then you got a message, server is busy. That means LOTRO is doing good.
I was the one who led the party here.
Eladon. So nice of Eladon to come all the way over here for a brand new elf. Hey, level 2. So at this point, oh, it gave me all my stuff. My recording. I know I'm streaming, but am I recording? Yes, I am recording. Okay. I need to write that time down so I can know where to look in this clip. It is a 3-hour, 8-minute long clip so far. Where do I... Oh, so this is giving me everything. I don't even have to get out of the intro, do I? Oh, minimum level 5. Okay. It's not giving me the Valars. I don't know. I assume I would have received... Complete the intro story and log into a character that already has. Okay. So that is what I was planning on doing anyway. And I'm just getting, it seems like in general, some free gifts and the such. So we still need to complete the intro again. That's something that I suspected I would have to do, and that was my plan, but I am starting to get some of this stuff. But that's what we will ignore all that stuff right now. Okay, talk to Lore Master Trainer. I thought I did. Oh, use my skill. I already used the skill friend of bears. I'm so much a friend of bears that I already summoned one, but they want me to just get rid of him, and I guess I have to make friends with a new bear.
What can I do for you?
Okay, got that. Yeah, I've heard some lore masters still have Sikkim. I was not able to get that on my... At least my lore master on Anor, but I might have a blue spec'd one on Arkenstone somewhere, and yeah, it'd be interesting to get that. It'd be perhaps for a very short period until they get that fixed, assuming they get that fixed. Perhaps a little bit benefit to the blue line lore masters getting some of the pet boost that you can get with Sikkim, and getting Murder of Crows, which is perhaps the new strongest ability in the entire game now. Hey, somebody else is here. Level 3. Earl of the Iron Hills. Well, he's far away from home. The Iron Hills are in the game now. Also, I'm going the wrong way. I feel so slow. Blue mountains look pretty neat. I don't know how long the cat will just sit there still. I think Gil can see her ears. Oh, why do I keep turning around? I know where to go. See, she's so distracting that she doesn't even have to bother me. I'll give her attention. Ooh, I passed him up. This inventory is bothering me, so I'll try to not open it. It's just a little bit of a habit when I'm traveling. I like to look at my inventory. Where did my bear go? There he is.
What do you need?
A difficult burden to bear. What about my bear? Defeat pests. Okay, we're going to Skorgrim's body. Seeking it, at least. I think there's a somewhat short way down there. Oh, there are actually steps. I really don't go this way that often. Oh, y'all can hear her purring. Nice. I think nice, at least. She does purr a bit loud. Oh. She just got shocked by the microphone, but it's not. I've heard louder. Cats purring louder, but we just need 4. Okay, and then we'll have to find like a flower. Then, oh, we need the bear. Seems like at this level, Gust of Wind doesn't just automatically upgrade Burning Embers. I don't know if that's a later feature or if it's something that's actually in the red line. No, don't want lightning strike. That'll be the last pest we need to defeat. I keep using my regular keybind for that. Maybe I should move it to my usual spot, Control 1, instead of Shift 1. Shift 1's easier to hit, but I'm so used to Control 1 for the staff. Alright, we will go to where Skorgrim's body was found, and there's a neat jewel. Oh, a dwarf hunter. Yeah, it's interesting how in this game dwarves and elves have the same intro. And then once they get out of I think hobbits share race of man intro, don't they? Do they? I thought they did, but that seems a little bit odd. But anyway, it's interesting how there are races that share intros in this game. I can see elf and dwarf because of Era of the Wind, but for hobbit and race of man, why would hobbits be in Archit? And then take him back to the Shire. That one doesn't make too much sense to me. Like, what if you're a hobbit that's never left the Shire, yet you started the intro in Archit? That just totally breaks your character's backstory. Even if you use the intro skip, I think you technically log into Archit. I don't know if there's any way to completely avoid that. Is Red Guardian viable endgame? For group content, it's probably not. Just because it has relatively low damage compared to other DPSers. And World Chat is way more active than Arkenstone. Okay, yeah, you could have that. He went to like Buckland, or went from Buckland to Bree to do some trade or something. Find some new spices for your bacon and the such. And then Aragorn / Strider saves you. Oh, it saves you. Let's see. When does Strider come in? I forget. Does he come in to the, like, that final instance when Archit is burning? I think Archit burns in that. All this yawning, and I still need to not only finish the intro, but I need to eat a snack before I go to sleep. She almost wanted my lap. Well. Okay, so in the Hobbit one, Strider saves you, Aragorn. I wonder if he's called Aragorn or Strider in that. Probably Strider, if I had to guess, but it doesn't really matter. It's the same person. But anyway, yeah, it sounds like maybe he does save you as a hobbit, but not as race of man.
Look what the Dour Hands have done to this place. Is Gormer, the steward appointed by Thorin.
So what I do on the Guardian is I actually really like the red line on them, but I typically don't play them in group content, and if I do, I haven't done much group content on my Guardian. But when I have, it's usually been tank or yellow line. Actually is my favorite of the two tank specs. I forget if you actually have to do all the, like if you have to do both of these. I guess it doesn't matter too much. It just could save them time by not having to pick up the 5 or 4 stones rather. I cannot see. Did I hit an ability? I did hit an ability, okay. You all cannot see that there's a cat that is making me not see. Instead of being in front of my keyboard, where I can at least a little bit see, and I can see my keyboard, she is now behind it. Oh, so Bella, you're doing the same thing with a non-VIP account, sounds like, and as soon as you hit level 2, yeah, your bags get filled. That's why I'm not doing any inventory management until after the intro and until my video. Do I have Gust of Wind at 3? Actually, I can play by looking at the little tiny OBS screen. So I can know Gust of Wind is on 3. I feel like my bear should be able to just... attack these things for me. We need to visit the Shrine to Skorgrim, which if I remember correctly is actually at the bottom. Isn't that Skorgrim? Gotta avoid getting my legs damaged, and I think I failed. Now the cat is blocking chat. In-game chat. Oh, another cat circling. Let's see if she ever makes it. I believe she is off camera, but in the corner of my eye, it looks like she is sitting. Oh. Oh, looks like she saw something. Okay, we'll get a polished staff.
What do you want? It will be a busy day for all
Talk to Dwaylen. There was a cat. Here's a cat. Almost? Oh, I think she's quite tall enough.
Thank goodness.
Oh yeah, you can do
Are sick, dying.
this, I think, for LOTRO points.
Have you seen the Barrowhounds nearby?
Look,
Why do
all of
Bargus
these
not
dwarves are
want
sick,
our fair lands?
dying.
Oh, what is that other quest? Oh, defeat Bargus, okay. Dogs of Death. Wow, I'm level 4 and I got Light of Hope. Transfer morale to an ally or companion. I don't know, that just doesn't... Wait, do I need to defeat bears? Collect samples from 6 bears. Yes, I do. Okay. I don't think Gust of Wind has any chance of AoE, does it? So I have, like, no AoE? No, Gust of Wind is an AoE. Hits 5 targets. Or enemies within 5 meters, so it does... Oh boy. I might be getting in over my head here. Alright. Does my bear have a taunt? I can't see my bear skill bar right now. Okay. There it is. That's the taunt. Again, I have to thank OBS. It's good to know that a level 4 character is relatively squishy, though. I also have to wonder how my bear feels attacking these bears. Okay, one more. Yeah, lore master damage, at least at this low level, is still, I guess I'm lagging right now, is still low. I can't really tell, it's been too long since I've played one. No, I thought I played a low level one, like very low level, actually recently for some reason, but maybe not. But, what was I going on about? Yeah, I can't tell the damage. If it's much better at this point, but it's still like low damage. Okay, did that one, and it does look like I can just continue on, so I think I will just continue on. So we have to defeat guards and then look for the source of the poison. I think we'll have to talk to an elf or something like that. Then we'll have to go into a cave and do something, and then we'll go out of the cave, talk to an elf, then we'll try to interrupt some... It's probably the dude we see in Barrow Downs, probably Ivar, but I actually don't know who it is. The only reason I would suspect Ivar is he comes up like 20 times in the game, it seems like. At least he's not the two most annoying NPCs in the game. Actually, the most annoying NPC in the game is Virgil from Minas Tirith. But the next two are probably Mazog and Karazgar. I would say Mazog is above Karazgar in terms of annoyingness, but yeah, those two are quite annoying. But Ivar, I don't find him to be too annoying because he's just like not in the way as much as Mazog and Karazgar are. Where Ivar, you just keep killing him over and over in group content. Sarah Oakheart, it's been too long since I've done anything with her, which maybe is speaking a little bit to her annoyance. So I actually have a little bit less input on Sarah Oakheart as some other people might have. Oh, we have to defeat guards. Oopsies. Actually, I forgot I had to for the quest. The elf looks very much like Eladon. I actually wonder if he is Eladon. No, he's Elro here. I was thinking when it said he looks very much like Eladon, I thought it might be Elro here. I haven't been paying too much attention, I just know Eladon was at the refuge of Edhelion initially. Where is my bear? I thought he was coming up, but then never did. Oh, he's stuck. The Auroch is blocking his way. Oh, he made it free. Oh, neat. We need one more guard. Mean Dowerhan. Does he count as a guard?
Those are ill tidings. I believe there may be hope for the sick dwarves yet.
Dealing herbs. Oh, these guys only threaten to attack? Neat. Well, if the bear attack the one he's attacking, and then I will do a Burning Embers, Gust of Wind, Burning Embers, Lightning Strike. That seems to be my sort of rotation. Oh, did my bear actually die? My character's about to die. Probably should have just hit him, and then, yeah. Then I think we'll be able to run through, because these guys are just going to threaten to attack because they are nice skeletons. Oh, yeah, we have to... I don't know why I was leaving, but yeah, we have to go to that one spot. We have to turn right anyway. Cannot do that in combat. Why is the bear in combat? My bear's having a lot of trouble lately. I somehow got the wary title, even though I tried very hard to not get it. Wow, level 5 already. Paul, they have not fixed that yet, but it sounds like there will be a patch next Wednesday that will give the Valars to the people that did not get them because they logged in after the update, but before the servers went down again. So yeah, it sounds like next Wednesday's patch is when that will hopefully be fixed. All right, now we go back to LOTRO here. Yes, only once per account on the first character you log into that is eligible to receive them. And by eligible to receive them, that means it sounds like you have to be out of the intro, maybe. I'm not sure, but that would be a safe bet if you logged into a character in the intro and they didn't get them. And you also have to be on a server where the level cap is valid with the Valor. So for example, if you log into Treebeard, you won't actually get the 105 or 120 Valor, but you would either sometime down the road when the server increases to that level cap, you would get those Valor items. Or if you logged into a character on another server, you would get those Valors and whatever other items the previous character on Treebeard wasn't eligible for. And then yeah, as far as Valors besides level 2, the reason I said out of the intro is when I got level 2, it said something about get out of the intro and you'll receive this stuff. Potentially if I relogged, I would get some of that stuff now, but I'm just going to get out of the intro anyway. They seem to think it's playtime and treat time again. Eat, play, poop, sleep, poop. That's basically the cat schedule. Maybe you need a couple more eats in there as well. And of course a bit of sleep. Okay, use the bed. Wait, what? Use the bedroll to get some rest. Is that a real quest? Have I ever done that quest before? Isn't that a, like, LOTRO points quest? What is this?
Listen to my words.
Oh, you can end cinematic. Wait, if I had a...
You know me, and
I don't have a mouse. Wait, I can try to end cinematic. You can see my... Oh, there it goes. It's like... Totally... That was weird. Do I have to do the Dogs of Doom, maybe?
Can this be?
Oh, I didn't realize I accepted that one quest. Wait, I accepted that? Oh, I am so confused, but I accepted the Dogs of Death quest and now I can heal these guys? Either that or I might just be lost because of how late it is and my yawning hasn't been obvious enough. These cats are acting like it's not bedtime. Maybe they're just excited because I'm up past 11. But yeah, I didn't see the ring, turn in ring or like continue ring, interact ring on the dwarves I had to heal. And now, okay. Just to confirm, you don't have to do Dogs of Death if anybody was interested.
It would seem that Gormor and the Dower Hands have allied themselves with evil fell spirits of old.
And now I can do Scourgrim's Tomb. Yes, cats are active at 1 a.m. There was actually one time where they usually don't bother me at night, but there was one time this cat, Lexi, I woke up and this actually caused a little bit of a, I don't know, nightmare, but dream situation and semi-panic situation. But she, at least twice in the middle of the night, was meowing like right in my face. And I don't know, maybe they do that every night and I never wake up. I don't think they do, but yeah, the cats, they were being loud and just chasing each other. And she came up a couple times and woke me up by meowing in my face. And by the time it became in the morning, I'm pretty sure I was awake at this point. But I was like waking up and I heard a cat just like rapidly meow. And it was her meow, not the other cat on the tree. And she, like at the time of that, I had a little bit, not like a big onset of panic, but like my mind went to the cat was dying, which was a little bit scary, but she was all fine and there was no evidence of any distress or even her meowing. So I don't know if it was actually dreamt up based on her waking me up with the meowing or if she actually was meowing like that. But yeah, that happened relatively recently. I used to wake up to them playing more. Maybe I've been a little bit desensitized to the noise of it. But cat claws and carpet can be a bit loud. I believe both cats are just staring at me. Got that one staring at me, and if you don't see the other one, it's right around on the bottom right around there. Oh, it is Ivar. I did not even know that. I mentioned I thought it would be Ivar just because he shows up in so many different places, seemingly randomly. Oh no, Gormer Dowersmith is betrayed. Maybe we should fight him. My low damage, this is probably gonna take quite a while. Even outside of the Lore Master's perhaps outdated scaling, as they mentioned it, tactical classes at low levels are at a bit of a disadvantage because there's no real source of tactical damage, whereas physical classes can boost their damage with like new weapons and the such. Tactical classes don't quite have that option. Something I think would be nice to see introduced to the game, tactical damage added, sort of revamped and added to low-level tactical weapons. So like low-level staves will have a tactical damage rating, and low-level Runekeeper runestones, and then some melee weapons. Perhaps even, might run into issues there with the melee weapons because that's what minstrels use, but I don't see much of a problem. Tactical damage, I think all captain skills could draw from physical mastery, and tactical damage shouldn't affect the healing of anything, including captain heals. So I don't know, it's something I think maybe could help and make the experience on tactical classes a little bit better, at least in more like melee physical classes, melee and ranged for that matter. I wonder, guide to Misty Mountains, if somebody's looking for a guide to the zone, or a guide like one of the hunter skills, guide to location. Oh, they specified. Nice. I'm not used to being able to be distracted by world chat being on a north so much lately. The Zocker, I'm not sure you missed too much. I got to working on Skorgrim's tomb. Skorgrim and Ivar ran away. I think they were scared of these dwarves. You also missed the cat staring at me. One is still staring at me, it looks like, and the other is... Actually, the other staring at the other cat, it looks like. Wow, the dwarf was actually running past where the mobs spawn. That's unusual. You can probably see her move when I look at her. Like they know. It's kind of weird, but cats, and other animals for that matter, seem to know when you're looking at them. It must be some natural thing about eyes. What headset do I use? It's not really much of a headset, it's just headphones, but I use Philips. Wow, I sound loud without these. Even though these are open back. They're Philips something. SP500, something like that maybe? I really like them because they're open back, they're light, they're comfortable, and good quality audio. And then how I have them wireless, they're actually wired headphones. I have an aux Bluetooth thing. It's actually made specifically for these headphones, but it's made by a third-party company, which is a little bit scary, but it fits perfectly into it. So this is the little Bluetooth thing I have dongle, and it just goes into where... I feel like I'm showing this quite poorly. Let's see. It just fits in. I'm still at a bad angle. Okay, here we go. I go somehow. It just, yeah, fits in there. Anyway, that part's pretty neat. Yeah, open back is nice, and mine does sometimes feed into the microphone, I've heard, when I have the audio kind of loud. Audio kind of loud as in if I'm in Discord with my kin, and somebody gets a little bit loud there, or I have to have it loud so I can hear over my own talking. Yeah, I've heard sometimes people can hear a tiny bit of that picked up on the microphone. For having a microphone attached, yeah, I since I have a microphone right here, y'all can actually see it when I'm leaning back like this, but I just don't really need a microphone attached to the headset. But that is probably what I would go with, just because in my experience at least, getting headphones for the headphones and then attaching an external microphone to it would be a better experience than what there is otherwise. Okay, I won't even do that. We're going to log off this character, so while I do my outro stuff, I am going to go to the cat cam. That kind of freaked me out when I had GIMP up when I was making thumbnails. I forgot this thumbnail. I went with like pinkish text. That was a little bit weird. I don't think I've made thumbnails with that color text before, but I just, when I was looking at colors, I thought it looked good with the background. But anyway, as far as the stream goes and all the Valars and that sort of stuff, I hope you all enjoyed it. Oh, I think I have cardioid mic. Yeah, I think for me, dynamic mic, I want it one that close, and two, probably don't talk quite loud enough for it. But yeah, I forgot what all did we do today. We did level 50 Valar. Okay, let's start in order. We did cat stream to begin. Then we did leveled the Guardian, and then I think there is level 105 Valar on Guardian, and somewhere around thereabouts there was a cat stream again. And then there was, what did we do after that? Level 50 Valor on the Minstrel, and then I did level 120 Valor on Beorning, did some of it, most of it ish, got the allies started but not set up. And then we did the intro, because I'm starting that for a new video, and you'll get to the to be continued part in a video in the future where I plan to kind of break down everything you get if you make an account right now on LOTRO and get all the free gifts with the anniversary and all that stuff that character will get when I log back into it, and inventory management, all that sort of stuff. So I hope to have some helpful tips and that sort of stuff in that video, in addition just to commentating on what you get in, again, breaking it down, going through all that. But as the stream is taken over by cats again, I hope you all enjoyed all that and all the cat moments. It sounds like people enjoyed that, so that's good. And it is time to get fully wrapped up with this stream. I do want to thank, once again, Vegas Sims earlier gave a $10 super chat. I appreciate that. And the Zocker became a Mythal tier channel member. So I appreciate all that support. And on that note, if you all did enjoy this stream, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.